Welcome to James Clemens High School football. We'll be back with the Jets pregame show right after this. The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All three locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Limestone County High School sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special, and that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750, go by their office at 508 South Jefferson Street, or look for the link online at athensal.us. If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast. Keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports, Play Action Sports.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports Network. I'm Kirk Pierce alongside my partner in crime, Coach Johnny Johnson, head baseball coach here at James Clemens. If you're wondering what's going on, it's not USFL, it's not XFL. Yeah. It is to cap off a spring festivities for the football team here at James Clemens, as they're going to have their spring game against the visiting Buckhorn Bucks. Coach Johnson, it's only been a few months since we've had football, but you just wrapped up baseball. But It kind of feels like the way the weather is right now.
It's football season. Cool breeze coming through the window right now, keeping us cooled off, especially after that hike up those stairs in the stadium. I needed that cool breeze. But, good to be back in the booth with you guys, and Tim over there on the computer making things happen, and excited to see what kind of product they put out there. There's a lot of changes with the football program. We're going to have a new offensive coordinator. Coach Cola is no longer with us and has moved on, and so there's going to be big changes, I think, in the offense and how that thing runs. And, Ty Marsh will get the reins totally himself this year. And a lot of the guys are back, right? Yeah. We talked about that so much last year about how young we were, especially fighting through all those injuries last fall.
No doubt.
And how many guys got experience. So we get to start to see if that paid off.
Well, you just mentioned it. Marsh is going to be able to start tonight. You've had him in baseball, and we saw him last year in some relief duty when Gio got injured, and it's just one of those things where I know from my standpoint as a football fan, it's always exciting to see what's next, and we're going to get an opportunity to see that with Ty Marsh. We saw glimpses of it last year, like I said, when he filled in for Gio, but tonight it's his ball club. And he gets to be under center or in the shotgun or however they're going to run it tonight.
Well, and you talk about a guy that's grown up so much over the last year, just in general. He got thrown to the fire in a few games last year when Gio was out. Bob Jones was his first start, right?
Yeah.
And really handled himself well, and then goes into the baseball season as a sophomore, not knowing what his role is going to be, and he ends up leading my team in hitting.
Yeah.
And battled through injuries. I mean, he missed 3 weeks. He tore his UCL in his non-throwing arm on a freak play at the plate on a slide, and thought we lost him for the season, and he ends up coming back and leading our team in hitting, and just was an integral part of the success we had as a sophomore. So he's a guy with a low heart rate, and the big game's not going to be a lot for him,
Yeah, no doubt. And the captains are going to the 50-yard line right now, getting ready for the coin toss. And I wanted to let everybody know that you can check out the Play Action Sports mobile app. It's your connection to all live streams, along with scores, game archives, and a whole lot more. All you got to do is visit pasnetwork.net and go see the download links and get what you want there. And like I said, the captains are making their way out to the 50-yard line here in just a moment. You're looking at Brody Stinson. We've seen him. We know what Brody can do.
Yeah.
You got number 58. That is, let's see. I'm looking at this is new roster. Jackson Pate, 72. Hunter Headley. And then, of course, number 90, Nate Jennings, who we saw a lot from Nate Jennings last year on the defensive side. He's a big boy that knows how to capitalize on having that corner on the defensive end side, just really able to lock stuff down.
It'll be really interesting to see how he Bambi, I can't even think of Bambi's name. That's his nickname, Brown. Those two guys, Jalen Brown, there it is.
Yeah.
Those two guys on the ends on the defensive line should wreak havoc this year. They're all a year older, stronger, experienced. So those guys should really be a problem for guys on the bookends on the defensive line. And Brody Stinson out there at safety had a good year for us last year, and broke his hand right at the end and missed the first half of the baseball season because of that. But a guy that is not going to wow you with great speed. He's not going to be the tallest, the biggest, but he just seems to be in the right place all the time. And it's going to really important to our defensive backfield.
Well, he's got a nose for the ball.
There you go.
And that's what
that's the phrase.
That is the. I mean, that's exactly what he does. And you made a great point there with the baseball. Broke his hand early, but he's a fighter. Comes back and comes in there and contributes to the baseball team. And so we're gonna get to see them out there on the gridiron here in just a little bit. Looks like Buckhorn won the toss. And I guess they elected to receive, so we're going to get to see the defense out there for James Clemens to start us off. But we're going to go ahead and listen to the national anthem as we're about a minute, 44 seconds away from kickoff. Spring training, spring practice, spring football, and yet, I guess, no flag.
No flag. Well,
everybody's got to get back into the groove of things.
The groove of things, that's right. We're on a skeleton crew here, and somebody missed the flag, I guess.
Well, we talk about skeleton crew. It is the two of us, and we're missing our third announcer.
The entertainment.
The Coach Bradley Kimbrough. He is head softball coach here at James Clemens. He's actually down at the state finals down at Oxford.
Yeah. I've kind of been the guy that has never been to the state finals because if I'm not playing in it, I don't want to watch it. I guess I'm just a bitter old man. I watch it on TV, like they've got it on NFH Network or whatever. But Bradley's down there rubbing elbows with the big wigs, and you know how he is.
Yeah, he's got a politic. He's got a politic.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So James Clemens, they're going to be in the all Navy as far as jersey and pants, white numerals, but got a new addition.
Boy, aren't you excited. Jet blue.
Jet blue helmets, ladies and gentlemen, and let me tell you, that is a sight to behold. I am just in jet blue heaven. I see one navy blue helmet down there, but hey, that's all right.
That kid's probably got a swole head.
He's gonna get his helmet. He's gonna get his helmet. Buckhorn comes in here. They come in with their white jerseys, navy blue helmets.
You see a couple of them. Here's 34 on the sideline. They got the stickers on them already.
Yeah,
they're sharp with the stickers,
that
aren't
looks
they?
So good.
Yeah.
The chrome and
chrome and navy kind of really set it off. It's
matte,
it's a good
navy
look.
Blue, gotta love the jet blue. You gotta love it. Now,
for those listening, when there may only be one or two of you right now, but I don't know if you know this. Kirk loves him some jet blue.
Got my jet blue NASA shirt on too, man. Got to represent the agency. There's the kickoff, and it's going to be fielded at about the 6-yard line. They're going to run it out. So here we go. Number 10 for Buckhorn. It's going to be stopped at the 10-yard line or 20-yard line. Yes. Number 3 for us, that's Cam Berry. So looked like number 10 was Austin Childress for Buckhorn.
Now, Austin's an athlete now. He's a really good athlete for Buckhorn. He'll probably see the ball quite a bit.
So Buckhorn comes out, and again, we apologize. This is our first time in several months, so I'm trying to get back into the football groove. Been calling balls and strikes.
There you go.
For James Clemens. So here we go. Quarterback number 12 looks like Jack Roop.
Yeah, Jack's a good baseball player as well.
No, that's Miles Anglin. Check that. No. Swing pass out.
Oh yeah, Roop's the quarterback. Yep. You got that right. He's a baseball kid as well. Pretty good athlete. He's one of those guys that manages the game. So he'll do a good job for them, just spreading the ball around and doing the right thing when he's supposed to.
So his swing pass was caught, but quickly tackled by Mason Rose, number 28, from the cornerback position. Shotgun formation, going to be a swing pitch out to the far side to number 2. He's going to be tackled after about a yard gain.
Well, we traded in yellow gloves for green this year. But Mark Woods, that guy is a run support demon from back there deep.
So if you're on the offensive side against James Clemens, and I think a lot of people were hoping Woods graduated.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
He is all over the place.
Well, but you think about this defense. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 7 returners.
So rollout pass to the near side. It's going to be thrown out, incomplete, too far out for Cam Anderson by Roop, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So, yeah, I mean, as far as defensively, right there, only giving up 1 yard.
You know, and you talk about there is 2 of the 4 on the defensive line are back, and really one of the Poe brothers was out some with an injury last year but was here. 3 of the 4 linebackers, I believe, and 3 of the defensive backs are all back. So that youth paying off and getting a quick from last year and getting a 3 and out.
Well, here's another name back deep to receive the punt that we called a lot last year, Ty Doty. Oh, he almost got that one.
Nate
just getting in there. Doty's going to field it at his 42-yard line. He's going to try to ring it around to the near side, crosses the 50, past the 40. Great. He's got himself a lane, cuts it across to the inside. 10, 5, give him 6. Touchdown, punt return, penalty flag on the play.
Man, okay, so here's the deal. What a great job Brody Stinson did right there of not getting a blindside block right in front of him. He just threw his hands up, stepped in front of the guy, and just deflected him. The problem is we got some kind of flag on the backside on a part of the field that meant nothing to the play.
Right.
Like it wasn't even close to the play, which is frustrating. But, man, Brody did a smart job of not getting a penalty right in front of him to break that loose.
Austin Childress for Buckhorn is down at the 50-yard line, clutching his leg. We talked about him. He fielded the opening kickoff, and he's down for Buckhorn. I hope that is nothing serious, especially in the spring game.
In a spring game, and he is one of their playmakers, has been since he was in middle school, has always been a guy that other teams have had to watch out for. And so you hope it's nothing serious.
So you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at PAS Network and look for the Play Action Sports on Facebook. We'll keep you updated on scores and information tonight and throughout the week. Not a whole lot going on score-wise. We might try to get some baseball and softball scores if you're interested down there in the Oxford area. But really, aside from, I think the Athens softball team is in the finals.
Are they?
Yeah, okay. 6A finals. So if we can get a score on that, we'll make sure to update you. And looks like, that's going to be a penalty flag, and so that's going to return that kickoff or that punt return all the way back to the James Clemens 43. 36-yard line.
Yep, 36. So big swing of events going all the way back to our 36 from a touchdown. But it'll give us a chance to see this offense and see how they perform. Again, you got the whole receiving core back. You've got a quarterback that has experience. Your running back's back, and most of that offensive line had to play last year. And, boy, they look like they put on some size.
They did.
They look good.
Yeah, they do look good. And, of course, you got Marsh in the backfield, shotgun formation beside him. I believe that is that DJ Williams? It is. DJ Williams to the right. You got trips to the near side. That's Eggert trying to get all those numbers. Cooper. It's going to be a swing pass out to Doty. Doty trying to fight off one tackle, and he's going to be drug out of bounds for a loss of a yard on the play.
The defensive back right there, 24, McGrady, did a good job of standing up that receiver and just working off of him to make that play. The one guy we are missing on the offensive line is Tim Coleman tonight. He's got a little shoulder injury going on. I saw him in a sling earlier, and he would typically be our center. So we do have a new center with 55. Who is 55 tonight?
Salguero. Is that right?
Alex Salguero. So he's filling in at center. I believe he's a young guy, isn't he? Yeah, 10th grader. So he'll get a taste of some varsity football tonight.
So it's going to be a handoff up the middle to Williams. Williams bounces it out to the outside, picks up the lost yardage, still on his feet, fighting, dragging the safety for another couple of yards, picks up the first down, crosses the 50 for about a 17-yard gain almost.
We saw flashes of that last year. He's like a bowling ball, right? He's a smaller guy, short to the ground, but got that low center of gravity and strong. I'm talking about strong as an ox, and he is hard to get to the ground. And if you let him bounce, he's dangerous.
So they're going to mark that down at the 45-yard line of Buckhorn. So James Clemens with a first down in Buckhorn territory as Marsh shotgun. Got Cooper to his or Williams to his right. Going to hand it off to Cooper again. Cooper's going to go up the middle, get tackled for about a yard gain, and just kind of met that defensive line and nowhere to go after that. So picked up one.
Not Cooper.
That's
Williams.
Who'd I say?
Cooper.
Did I? Man.
That's all right. It's early.
I got to get
Cooper's standing next to him back there.
I see Cooper. I see Cooper, and I see Doty, and I see Eggert. So, I get them.
83, I'm trying to Kian Kula is a new tight end. He's a new guy this year.
Okay.
I see him. He was leading a block up in that hole a second ago.
Well, you got Cooper and Doty split to the near side. Eggert, now Doty's going to go in motion to the far side. Marsh drops back to pass. This is what we've been waiting on. Throws across the middle to Doty. Doty trying to bounce it to the outside, but slips. Still looks like he's short of a first down, but still brings up 3rd and 1.
I think that's something we're going to see a lot more of this year with the new offense is a lot of motion. I think that talking a little bit to the coaches during spring practice and to some of the players even, a lot of different motions and things trying to set things up for our offense. A little more complicated, not quite as fast.
Right. So Cooper comes out. In goes number 82, Eichenbach. Is that how you say it?
Yes, and he's a big kid.
So he's going to be lining up at the tight end's position to block. They're going to hand it off to Williams up the middle. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Crosses the 30, brought down at the 29, 28-yard line. So another good run there by Williams, using that strength.
I'm an old Cowboys fan. Mm-hmm. It reminded me of Emmitt Smith right there.
Well, I like that.
He's low to the ground like that, and he just did it's like he levitated to the left to get a guy to miss a block and then was up in the hole. Emmitt was great at that. Guys just missed him all the time. He never got hit solid. And DJ right there did that, man. I don't know how he jumped to his left so quickly and then got going again, but great job. He could have been tackled in the backfield.
Well, we're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll have some more action. 7:50 remaining in the first quarter. No score. You're listening to James Clemens Football right here on Play Action Sports.
The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All 3 locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports. Kirk Pierce, Coach Johnny Johnson, Tim Lambert running the board over there is our producer. The play that just happened, Ty Marsh dropped back. He got a little pressure under him and had DJ Williams down on the wheel route, wide open, and just couldn't get it. It just overthrew him just a little bit. So brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, and that's reps that they'll get over the course of the summer. You know, Ty just got done throwing a baseball across the infield, so he's probably not quite as sharp as he will be coming spring.
So they hand off to Cam Berry that time, number 3, the junior running back, coming in there to spell Williams a little bit. And no gain on the play, brings up 3rd and 10 for the Jets.
You know, Cam had some big runs for us last year. You know, when we got a little banged up, his number got called and had some good runs and good games for us.
So Marsh looks over to the sidelines, gets the signal. He's going to keep Berry in the backfield. He's going to line up to his right. Eggert split out far. That's trips to the far side. So Eggert's going to come in motion from far to near. He's going to set up right there at the 31-yard line. Marsh drops back to pass, looking to throw. Throws it across the middle over to Eggert. Eggert keeps it, gets the first down, and then some, all the way down to about the 12-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 13, first down.
You know, he did a good job of using that big body to shield the defender from getting to the ball because the throw was late, right? I mean, because he had to scramble a little bit, and he kept that defender on his hip with that big body and allowed his hands to get to the ball and make that catch.
So Eggert, we saw him some last year, and now this is his senior year, so we're looking for big things from these receivers. All of them with the experience. He looks more
physical this year than he did a year
ago. He really does.
You know, he didn't play basketball this time, so he spent all the time in the weight room with the football team, so maybe that'll pay off.
Marsh, shotgun. Dropping back to pass, going to swing pass out to Doty. Doty's going to get past one tackler, bounce it to the outside, crosses the 10, still on his feet. Touchdown, give him 6. James Clemens. So he didn't get it on the punt return. He said, all right, I'll do it this time.
I'll do it this time. Great job. You know, they had a chance to tackle him right there, and what great balance, and he puts one hand on the ground and is able to keep himself upright and then just outruns everybody at the corner.
So if you cover Doty, then you got to worry about Eggert. If you cover both Doty and Eggert, you got to worry about Cooper.
Yeah, because Cooper is quick as a cat now. I mean, he may be the quickest of all of them. He's not quite as physical as the other two, but, boy, he is quick.
So Anthony Ortiz is going to do the place kicking.
New
Kick
guy.
is up, and it is good. So with 6:09 in the first quarter, your score, James Clemens 7, Buckhorn nothing. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be Buckhorn's ball. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Alabama needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. 6:09 left in this first quarter. James Clemens up 7-0 over Buckhorn. Miles Anglin back deep to receive the kickoff from Ortiz. And it's going to be a short kick. It's going to be fielded by number 7, Senegal. Senegal's going to try to, he slips at the 20. He's going to be tackled at about the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Buckhorn from their own 25.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, the field looks really clean to me right now.
It does.
They just came through and brushed all our turf. The Warner Athletic, they're contracted out to do some maintenance once a year, and they came and just brushed all the stuff at our campus, and it looks like they've done this one. And, man, all the turf looks really sharp.
It really does. And, of course, it's turf, so it stays green year-round.
Oh, yeah. But it's all clean and puffed up and no trash, so it looks good.
So Roop's going to hand it off to number 2, Landrum. Landrum's going to try to spin move for no gain.
Yeah, that's Harrison, Hayes Harrison. He's a younger guy. He's going to be, I guess, going to his junior year now maybe.
Yeah.
But, man, he's kind of a headhunter type at the linebacker position. They got high hopes for him.
So Roop, shotgun, going to fake the handoff, going to look to throw it deep to number 11, covered by number 21 for James Clemens. That is Hezron Kinsey, and back there, little not the height advantage goes to Buckhorn, but as far as like covering him like glue, the win goes to Kinsey.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and we saw that all last year. He's typically in the right position. It's just a matter of, is the throw high enough to get over him?
Yeah,
and he does a great job of staying tight to those receivers, technically really sound, and so he usually gives them a chance to break up a pass.
So Buckhorn comes out, no huddle. Shotgun formation, running back to the right. Got two split outs to both sides. Quarterback's going to drop back. Going to have a rush. He's going to throw it across the middle again. Stinson there from the free safety spot covering Anderson. So incomplete pass brings up fourth down.
Good job again by the defense. They the big deal is the first down play. The first down play, they stuffed that run play and kept them in a second and long, and they had to go to the air twice. And I think that's advantage us.
Absolutely.
Right? And so now we got another punt, 3 and out.
So Doty going to be standing at the 50-yard line. He's going to go ahead onto his side. Quick punt. Kind of a shank a little bit. Now it's going to take a Buckhorn Bucks roll past the 40. It's going to be down at the 35-yard line for James Clemens. Wasn't a really good punt until it hit the turf.
Well, and I got news for you. If they don't do a better job of getting Nate Jennings out of the middle, he's going to block a punt. He should have blocked the first one probably, and in that one he was not far from it. So that big old body, and as long as he is going to be a problem for people if they don't find a way to stop him.
So tune in for the Play Action Sports Update 3 times each weekday for school, youth, and amateur sports news from the Limestone County area. You can check that out on 1080 AM WKAC as Marsh comes back in with his Barry to the left. Got Eggert and Doty to the right.
That's DJ.
Oh, that's DJ right there, yeah. So DJ shakes off another tackler. I tell you, I'm beginning to like that comparison to Emmitt Smith even more.
Well, he seems quicker.
He does.
A year ago he was short, stocky, and he just didn't have quite that burst all the time. It looks like he's got a little more burst this time around. So you can tell he's done some work in the offseason, and he looks really good. So
he picked up 8 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 2 as the ball is spotted at the James Clemens is at the 43-yard line. So Marsh with Williams in the backfield. Cooper split to the left. Eggert and number 17, that's Laughlin, split out to the near side. Going to give it to Williams up the middle. He's going to pick up the first down, but not much more than that. So gain of about 4 yards on the carry.
We talked about that young center right there, 55. He did a great job of driving that guy about 7 yards back, and DJ just followed him right there and got a good pickup for a first down.
So ball, 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line of James Clemens. And just to kind of lay this out, the way we understand it is the starters, 1st and 2nd string, are going to play the first 3 quarters, and then you're going to see maybe the freshmen or the JV come in the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm. So they've got a Navy and Carolina, which will be 1st and 2nd string guys, and they'll play the first 3.
Marsh drops back to pass.
Oh,
got to get out of the pocket. There it is, right there. Nice. Pass complete to number 83. That's Kula. So, he took a lick, but, he held on to that.
Man, if Marsh would have had a half second longer to set up, he had Cooper on a post route wide. He did a great job of pushing the guy like he was going to go to the corner and then came to the post and just was outrunning him down the middle of the field. But he didn't have time to wait on that.
So they're getting the call from the sidelines. You've got Dylan Laughlin and Eggert split closest to us. Cooper split to the far side. That looks like it is Barry in the backfield this time. Going to put a man in motion. That's number 82, Eichenbach. There we go. As Barry has no room to go on that one, so no gain brings up 3rd and long for James Clemens. So
first time we've been in a 3rd and long, I think. It'll be interesting to see what we pull out here with the new offense. And we've got the weapons, that's for sure.
I think so, too. And I like the pace that we're running the offense. Last year, it's up-tempo. I did like that, too. But it just felt like with the weapons and the youth that we had, it was hard to get settled into that. But now this is a nice rhythm that the offense is putting together. 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near. Marsh looking to throw it deep. He's going to swing pass it out to Barry, who was sitting in the flat. Barry's going to pick up the first down, crosses the 50 down to about pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line of Buckhorn. So that's what you get on 3rd and long.
Well, great patience there by Ty, because we could have taken a shot on somebody that was kind of covered down the field, but he took his time and hit it out there, knowing that the running back had the big side of the field there to outrun people. And that's exactly what happened. A lot of space, and he just outran people to the sticks.
So Barry was essentially the safety read, because you could see him go through his motions and go through the read down here at the probably 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
That's right.
Okay, I got Barry over here. I dumped the pass off. He picks up the first down. So great offensive management there by Marsh in the quarterback position. Eggert and Cooper split to the near side. Laughlin split to the far side. You still got Barry in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Barry. He's trying to find a hole. It's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Still on the seat.
Oh,
then he slips. Man.
If he did a great job of fighting right there and give himself a chance, and, man, if he could have kept one more foot on the ground, he might have had a big gain. Uh-oh.
So I'm seeing a couple of different things go on right now.
DT, Derek Thomas right there down the field. We'll see. There's a flag. I'm talking about he was 5, 10, 20 yards down the field making a block, our offensive lineman.
He's just keeping after it.
He was driving somebody way back. So
he was just staying after it. Like Coach said,
good for him. That's what you want from your offensive lineman,
right? Don't you want that play through the whistle?
Well, maybe he played a little too long. Look, offsetting penalties right there, personal fouls. Hey, but as an offensive line coach, you kind of love it.
You do.
Right? Like, your guy's 20 yards down the field, and the defender is not going to like that.
No.
And so they got into a little scuffle, and it is what it is. It's a spring game, but the guy's fighting. You got to love it.
So now A.J. Little split to the near side. We're going to go stacks with Devin Cooper right behind him. Looks like Eggert on the far side. Going to hand it off to DJ Williams right there. And of course, they've learned that when he ducks to hang on tight, and that's what they did that time for no gain on the play there. So it's going to bring up 3rd and long for James Clemens.
Yeah, and this is 3rd and a little longer. You know, you're plus 10 here. What are we, about 13 yards? So definitely you would think a passing down, maybe a draw-type play or a screen. We hadn't seen that yet. Not sure what all they have in the goodie bag now with the new offense.
So Cooper and Little are going to split to the far side. Eggert's going to come closer to us. I will tell you here just a second after this play, something I've noticed right here with James Clemens from the tight end position. There seems to be a lot of tight ends, and he is utilizing them. So Marsh drops back to pass, looking to throw it deep. Throws it over to Eggert. Eggert catches that with the fingertips, goes out of bounds. We'll see where they mark him. Is he short? No, they're going to give him the first down.
Are they really?
Looks like it.
I would have liked to seen him fight for a few more yards there instead of step out of bounds, knowing that he was that close, because, I mean, it's by the nose.
Yeah, but he did get the first down. I was going to say this. Fafori was in there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, tight end. So you've got 3 big tight ends that James Clemens is utilizing and keeping them in a rotation. I like that.
Well, and Fafori's a guy you'd love to find a role for. He's a guy coming out of middle school that was just a great athlete and was a linebacker. They tried him at safety. They've tried him at running back. And, you know, he's a guy that needs a role.
So Williams gets the handoff, loses 2 yards as he wasn't able to get out of the grasp as he was hitting that circle button on the controller trying to spin out of it. But loss on the play of 2. So 2nd and 12. Ball is at the Buckhorn 30-yard line. Just under a minute remaining in the first quarter. James Clemens on top 7-0 in this spring matchup between the visiting Buckhorn Bucks and your James Clemens Jets.
A.J. Little out there right now, he's another one we saw flashes of some greatness, you know, last year, just athletic.
And on call, you get the call right there. Little bounces it out to the outside, gets the first down to the 15, the 10,
how about that move?
5, give him 6, touchdown, James Clemens.
Somebody ought to sign me up to be a color commentator.
Pointed out A.J. Little, and what does he do? Takes it in from 32 yards.
Well, he's such an athletic kid, you know, and we saw glimpses of it last year, like I was saying before that play, and, man, he made 2 moves right there that just left people in the dust, you know, not only to wrap around the first tackler, but then that cutback, and the guy just came up empty on the tackle.
So Ortiz kicks, it's up, and it is good. So 22 seconds left in the first quarter. James Clemens 14, Buckhorn nothing. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special, and that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750, go by their office at 508 South Jefferson Street, or look for the link online at athensal.us.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports as Ortiz gets ready to kick it off after that 32-yard touchdown reception by Little. It's going to be fielded by number 7 at the 10-yard line. He's going to cross the 15, crosses the 20, still on his feet. Finally gets brought down by number 8, Luca Fafori.
There he is.
You know, again, we know he can play. So, like you said, just got to he'll find a spot. There's no doubt that.
Well, and if nothing else, just doing that for the team helps us win, right?
Absolutely. So now Buckhorn comes out with a different look on the offense. They've got Justin Sumlin in at quarterback. He's a junior. He's got Landrum back there with him, and Landrum is going. Okay, so you didn't see that, but Nate Jennings had pushed his blocker into the backfield. The blocker was still engaged. The running back runs into his own blocker. Yeah, because Nate Jennings just had him fully engaged, so he gets credited with the tackle.
You got to be careful. You got the old butt fumble in the NFL.
You do.
Sanchez. You're liable to hit your own lineman's butt and fumble.
Just knock it out. So we've played one quarter of the spring game. James Clemens on top, 14-0. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports. We get ready for the second quarter. James Clemens on top 14-0. Kirk Pierce, Coach Johnny Johnson, Tim Lambert up here in the booth trying to knock out the cobwebs and get back into football mode, even though we got to wait 3 more months after this.
That's right. It's just a test run. See if you want us back or not, right?
So number 3, the quarterback, Sumlin, completes his pass to Anderson. That's the first completion that Buckhorn's had since in any of their previous 2 possessions. So Kinsey in there with the tackle. Shotgun formation, trips to the near side, 1 split to the far side. High snap, going to fake the handoff. The quarterback's going to roll to the near side. Look to throw it. Dump passes over to number 1. Anderson falls incomplete. So he, just kind of looking at that, if that pass had been complete, you had Woods, even though it had been a first down, you had Woods ready to light him up.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem for everybody, right? If you can either choose to be incomplete or choose to get hit,
I mean, he is a tall individual.
Yeah, I would be shocked if somebody's not knocking on his door, offering him a chance to play.
I hope they do. Doty back deep to receive the punt, and again, Nate Jennings and crew get back there. Doty's going to field it at the 32-yard line, looking to bounce it to the near side, and he is crossing the 50, still on his feet. He's got another wall. That's a touchdown right there, folks.
I'm going to tell you what, Jalen Ruffin, is Jalen 38 again? Or 39, I think it's Jalen Ruffin, did a great job at the very beginning. He had a chance on a block that would have been borderline, do I hit him in the back or not? And he pulled up at the last second and didn't do it, and Doty outran him anyway, right?
Yeah.
If he goes ahead and hits that guy, we're standing back here again with a penalty, and this time we don't have it. Nice job. Show some maturity from last year, right? Last year we had all those young guys would make those mistakes. We're seeing some maturity out of this group so far.
So Doty with a 68-yard touchdown punt return to put James Clemens up right now, 20-0. Here's Ortiz's kick, and it is good. So 21-0 with 11:10 left to play in the first half. We'll just keep it here because they're running through these. I asked if they were going to have a running clock, but the officials aren't running the clock. You're not doing a running clock, but, man, they are not giving you a whole lot of time in between.
It'll be interesting with Ortiz with a new kicker. This is the first time we've had a new kicker in a few years, and I don't think he's got the leg strength of the last few kickers we had. It'll be interesting to see if he's more accurate, though.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes you choose accuracy over over the leg, right? But it'll be interesting on kickoffs as it goes. if we do some more angled type kickoffs and keep guys kind of pinned to the sideline versus trying to get to the end zone.
So Ortiz is kicking off after that 68-yard punt return by Doty. Going to kick it to, what is that? That's still, I'm going to learn all these names. Childress back deep to receive.
Oh, is he back there?
Yeah.
He came out of the game.
Is that Childress? No, that's number 12. No, that's Miles Anglin.
And as soon as I said that about Ortiz, he kicks it into the end zone.
I mean,
it was a line drive.
It was, but he got all of that one.
No, so
there you go.
He must have heard me and thought, let me show you.
Well, I mean, they might even have a line down there to the sidelines from this broadcast.
We had one last year.
We did.
We had Miss Flanagan on as our sideline reporter and had that line in, and so maybe they're listening in.
Well, maybe so.
Or on FM. What FM are we? I mean, they may have the FM transmitter going.
So Jack Roop is back in at quarterback for Buckhorn. Let's see, shotgun formation, going to hand it off to the running back, and he's just going to be met right there at the line of scrimmage by number 42 for James Clemens, DJ Davis, coming in there and making that tackle.
That's one we didn't call last year.
No, it's not. I'm sitting there trying to see where he's lining up.
He's one of the outside linebackers, him and Jalen Ruffin. Another name we hadn't called yet that was everywhere last year is Freeman. He's right there in the middle, number 40.
Give him a minute.
He'll be a factor.
Look at him sneaking up right there. You were trying to
feel like Tony Romo up here calling the plays.
Did. As Roop takes it because he really had nowhere else to go, so he kept it himself. Picks up the first down.
Stinson on that. Miles Taylor. That's another new name. Miles Taylor, defensive back, a junior, number 14. Him and Brody Stinson on the tackle there.
I like it. I like the way the defense is playing so far in this first half. They really look to be going after the ball and really just making sure they're playing their positions. Boy, he ran right into Nate Jennings.
I think that wasn't Nate. I think that was Jalen Ruffin. excuse me. I guess it was.
Nate Jennings.
I thought it was 93, but it was 90.
Well, I mean, you're not going to go wrong either way. You run
look
it towards
at those two
size.
monsters. I mean, they look. If it wasn't for Nate's hair, it'd be hard to tell them apart.
You're exactly right. And those are some big boys down there.
Yes, they are.
Quarterback shotgun, second and long. Looking to throw. Just kind of
trouble.
Trying to. Oh, right there. It was really kind of what do they call those? Lame
duck.
A little wobbly pass. Henzeron Kinsey in there able to break that up. I mean, that receiver's got the height, but that ball just wasn't deep enough.
Well, and what worries you there is that it was so underthrown that the receiver can come back because he knows it's coming earlier and come back and make that play. So Hez did a good job of putting his foot in the ground and coming back to the ball.
So it brings up 3rd and 11 for Buckhorn from their own 30-yard line. Shotgun trips to the left. Quarterback got to run again. Just kind of dumps it off, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by number 39. Jalen Ruffin still on his feet. Gets tackled.
Face mask.
Tackled at the 15 with a face mask. Yeah, you're right. So, again, Roop really just stepped in and just threw it up for grabs.
Well, he threw it behind a guy, and it's a tough throw because he's scrambling to his left. The guy's running hard across the field to his right, and he just threw it, mistimed it and threw it behind it. And luckily, Jalen was trailing that receiver, and he threw it right to him.
He did. And then you saw his balance. I mean, he put his hand in the dirt, if you will, and maintained his balance and got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. And then there was a face mask. So that's going to move it closer to the goal line. So we're going to get to see the goal line offense.
Well, we got lucky right there, too, because on that face mask, he also rolled him over on that leg a little bit. And you always get scared we're going to get a knee or something here early in the spring when you don't want to do it. So it'll be interesting to see what we do. We haven't been in this tight to the end zone yet. We've scored from deeper out, Well,
I can tell you we're going to spread it out. Usually in the past we've seen a lot of wildcat. You remember Snodgrass a couple of years ago was money from this inside the 10. So Marsh drops back to pass, going to throw quick pass over to Eggert. Eggert makes the catch.
Oh, I thought he caught it.
Out of bounds in the corner of the end zone.
A little hand fight in there, and he could only get the one hand up and tried to one-hand catch there. And from here it looked like it for a second. And it squirted out there.
But nice placement there by Marsh. Just Eggert covered really well there by the secondary of Buckhorn. So now Eggert's going to come to the near side. And we're going to have two tight ends on the far side. Looks like Doty is going to split out. And then it's going to be Williams in the backfield to Marsh's left. Marsh hands it off to Williams. Williams cuts back, puts his head down, fights his way forward to about the 5-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 6, so about a yard gain on that. So 3rd and goal for James Clemens with 9 minutes left to play in this opening half.
Man, and this is so different than what we're used to, even with Coach Cola, but even back to Coach Waldrop days.
Yeah.
We were in heavy right here, and we were going to pound you. And Coach Truitt is our new offensive coordinator, and, more of a pro-style look offense, a lot of motions and keeping guys in traditional setups right here, formations.
Well, the thing you like most, the thing I'm noticing about Marsh, and like I said, we saw it a lot last year, but now that this offense is his own, just making his reads. I mean, he's just really making that read. He drops back to pass. Swing passes out to Williams. Touchdown. Give him 6 to James Clemens with another first-half touchdown.
Well, and that's where motion comes into play, right? You saw Eggert go in motion, and the defensive back went with him. And when he took off to the end zone, it cleared out that whole side. He knew it was man-to-man, and there was nobody out there. And the guy that had the responsibility on the running back was late, and he hit, Ty hit him on stride, and there was nobody to stop him.
So here's Ortiz's extra point try, and it is good. So he is 4 for 4. 8:33 left to play in this opening half. James Clemens, 28-0. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide, along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. Ortiz gets ready to kick off. High end-over-end kick. That one's not going to make it to the end zone. It's going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line. And he's going to be stopped at about the 27-yard line. So Buckhorn going to get another possession here with 8:25 left to play in the first half. James Clemens on top, 28-0. The Play Action Sports Report podcast features news, results, and interviews from Limestone County and drops every Wednesday on all your major platforms.
There you go.
How about
all
that?
The major
all
platforms.
the major platforms. You know what I'm getting excited about? When we get into the fall, we get to start talking about food.
Yeah.
Not talking about food tonight, but we get to start talking about food in the fall.
We can't talk about food? Or
we could talk about it.
We've got the same food sponsors? In general?
Tim's working
Tzatziki's, you want back in? Call us. Mellow Mushroom, where you at?
Where you at? So number 2 for Buckhorn takes it up the middle as he picks up 6 yards on that carry. So 2nd down and 4, 2nd down and 5 right there for Buckhorn. Quarterback shotgun formation, 2 splits to the far side. Going to hand it off to the running back again. Tries to back in, cut it across the middle. Picks up 2 more yards, but brings up 3rd down for Buckhorn.
Boy, they have not been able to get much going, have they?
No, they really haven't. And I mean, just talking about food and the way the breeze coming in right now, man. I'm telling you, dude,
it feels like fall.
It feels like fall. I mean, baseball season's over. It's time, might as well be fall.
Don't worry, it's going to be 88 next week.
So penalty flag against James Clemens as DJ Davis got a little jumpy right there, crossed over into the neutral zone. So that offsides penalty is going to give Buckhorn a first down. I almost want to say that's either their first or second first down of this half.
Yeah. Where's our statistician?
I don't know. We need to find one. Thought we were going to have one of your managers come up and help us in the fall.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Hey, I know some good guys.
I love it. So that one's
there
long
it
pass.
is.
There's
right?
Brody Stinson.
Oh, did we come up with it?
I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, Jalen Brown was in that quarterback's face, and right as he released it, he shoved him down. No penalty flag because it was almost a bang-bang play. And Anglin did make the reception. They gave it to him.
And it's that same play we talked with Hez a while ago. That ball was just thrown up for grabs, and he was able to come back because he knows earlier that he can come back to it and ended up hanging on to it.
So handed off to the running back, number 19, but he's not going to go anywhere.
Guess who? Mr. Freeman. We called, he was a fill-in last year after an injury and had a huge season for us at linebacker.
And he's only a junior this year.
Yeah, he was just a sophomore last year, and so he came in right there and finally got his name called, and he is a factor at that linebacker position, inside linebacker.
So you got Harrison. Is that Harrison in there with him? So those are your two inside linebackers?
Yep. Him and Harrison. You got
both of them juniors. Look at that. Look at that.
Bambi.
Mr. Brown says, no, sir. Huge loss on the play, as I don't even think he was blocked. He went in there untouched.
Well, he's really quick for his size, and he's a guy that has not played much football. I don't think he played football till he got here.
Wow.
And so he's a guy that's still learning, and I think there's a lot of college coaches that are drooling over him because of that length and that frame where he can put on more weight. But he's just learning the game still.
I mean, look, I'm in awe of the two defensive ends. I mean, we got a 3-down front, and you've got Brown and Jennings.
And you got Poe there in the middle. It's like a fire plug.
He really is. Look at him push those guys back.
Oh, let him get outside.
The quarterback's going to roll it to the near side. He's got some real estate. He's going to cross the 35, goes out of bounds right at the James Clemens 35, short of the first down. So still going to bring up 4th down, but 4th and 4.
Ruffin was coming in on a blitz there and did a good job of getting in there clean, but he let the quarterback get outside of him right there and gave him tons of room. If he stays on the outside of him there and contains him, they're in trouble.
Well, Roop, the quarterback for Buckhorn's got some speed, and we got to see a little bit of that right there, but still short of the first down. So 4th and 4 from the James Clemens 35-yard line. Shotgun formation. Running back in the backfield is Landrum. Trips to the far side. You got one split closest to us. Everybody looks to the sidelines. Got 4 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2. They're going to take a timeout and talk this one over on 4th down. They'll take one. We'll take one. 5:50 left in the opening half. James Clemens on top, 28-0. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. 5:50 left in this opening half of this spring game between the visiting Buckhorn Bucks from 6A and the 7A James Clemens Jets. I'm Kirk Pierce alongside Coach Johnny Johnson, our producer, Mr. Tim Lambert. And I think if you are a James Clemens fan, which we are, this is exactly what you were hoping for in the spring game.
Yeah, you come out and you play clean football and you show some progress and you try out some new things, right, offensively, and new guys in new positions, and so far so good.
Shotgun. Dropping back to pass is Roop. He's going to do a swing pass out to number 13, who was not even looking, and then finally turns around as the ball is right there and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, and here's the problem that you had two defensive backs over there, maybe a linebacker and defensive back. I can't see who it was, but both of them went for the ball and nobody went for the receiver. And when the ball split both of our guys, and when he caught it, there's nobody around him because they both went after that ball.
Well, I thought it was going to fall incomplete because I was still looking at the back of the kid's jersey, and then he turns around at the last minute and makes that catch and takes it in. So Buckhorn gets on the board with 5:39 left to play in this opening half. And
well, it'll be a good teaching point for the coaching staff.
Oh, absolutely.
Somebody's got to hit the guy.
So the extra point is good. And so now, 5:39, James Clemens 28, Buckhorn 7. You know, we were talking about the coaching changes. One thing that's been consistent for 3 years now, this is Coach McGee's third spring.
That's right.
And so the first year he came in, you know, he had an undefeated season throughout the year. And then last year wasn't quite the season that we had hoped for. Not able to get into the playoffs. We thought we had a mathematical chance, but that kind of got taken away from us towards the end of the season. But right now, Coach McGee, you could tell this whole offense and defense, they've been working really hard.
Well, you know, it's been a weird transition for him because he came in ends up with a whole new staff, and a lot of the guys came in late. You have that undefeated season, but it was a favorable schedule. You had a lot of older guys he inherited, and then you go into next year and it's all babies on the field. You have a ton of injuries, have some staff turnover again. So this is as solid a returning staff as he's had. You got all those guys back from last year that got experience, and I just think they're in a lot better place this year as a whole program-wide to go in and compete and have a good season.
Well, you got two of the most dangerous people out there on the field back deep to return the kick is Doty and Cooper as two speedsters that know how to, once they find a crease, they take the advantage of it.
Well, and this is the first time we'll get to see them, right? This is the first kickoff for Buckhorn, so it'll be interesting to see which one they decide to kick to.
So here comes the kick.
Pick your poison.
It's kind of a
Cooper.
It's going to fall right in front of Cooper. Cooper's going to field it. Tries to cut it to the outside, gets tackled at about the 26-yard line, so they're going to mark him down at the 25. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 25.
Well, once that hit the ground and bounced twice, it gave them a chance to get down the field and surround him early. There looked to be a little crease there, but it closed quickly.
So they're going to have looks like some substitutions. No, he's going to keep everybody out there. So he's got Marsh. You got, looks like Barry's going to go in at running back. Got Doty and Cooper split closest to us. Eggert's going to split to the far side. Is that Fafori in there as an up back for James Clemens? So full offensive power right here as Fafori goes in motion. Marsh takes a snap, drops back, 2-step drop for him, looking to throw it deep. What an arm to Cooper. Cooper, almost just behind him. As that right there with Marsh showing off his arm.
Well, and you don't know if that was really overthrown or behind him because Cooper got into a little bit of hand fighting and slowed up right there. And I think if he'd have just kept running, he might have been right on time.
I think so too.
And I think it kind of looked like that ball was floating and it may not go as far and kind of misjudged it a little bit. But it would have been a tough catch either way because the defender was right on him.
So Marsh, the junior, again, his first official season where it's his ball club. Mm-hmm. He's going to hand it off to Barry. Barry's going to duck under a tackler, pick up 1 yard, and that's it. That's all he's going to get. So second, it's going to be 3rd and 9 for James Clemens.
There's nice patience on his part just to get that yard because if he'd have kept the direction he was going to get hit for a loss. He just kind of sat down and let a few guys run by him and then pushed forward through a little crease right there and got us a yard or two.
I think what you're going to see here, instead of a long throw, you're going to see a more planted route, probably a curl, maybe a post. But I think you're going to see something right there.
Okay, Tony Romo.
You like that? I'm trying to catch up with you, man.
Okay,
you made me look bad twice already. That's your job. I shouldn't try to make. Look at that right here. Called it.
Oh, he fell down.
He did. Oh, and he tries to throw it deep to Little.
If he could have planted his feet right there, Little was wide open across the middle.
He was, but that wasn't his first read.
No, our primary receiver sat down right in the middle and ran the curl, just like you called it, and he slipped and fell.
I might know a thing or two about football.
I know nothing.
I just don't know 3. Two.
My knowledge is all smoke and mirrors.
So we're going to bring up 4th down. It's a punting situation. I have no idea what we're doing here. Okay.
A little quick kick.
Yeah, there's
this is out of the Geo book, right?
Oh, that's just a low line drive. Nobody back to receive the punt. It's going to take a James Clemens roll, and it's rolling past the 25 down to about the 22, 21-yard line.
That's a page out of what we did with Gio, right? Gio set up, see what the defense did, back up a few extra yards, and just kick it down the field and get that favorable roll, which Ty did too, right? Looked awful when it came off his foot, and the next thing you know, they're down on their 21-yard line.
So 4:23 left in this opening half, 28-7, James Clemens on top. And you can also hear the music. Sounds like the stadium team is in full fall mode.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Clay over there announcing from the PA.
Pure practice run, giving these few people that are here a little entertainment.
Yeah, the voice of the
Which not a bad crowd for a spring football game. I mean, of course, we don't have a huge student section going and the bleachers down there, but both sides got quite a few people.
So Buckhorn lines up in the shotgun formation, going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to be met by Brody Stinson. Was the first man there, and then the rest of them just come on board and join the tackle train.
How about big number 91, Frederick Poe? He grabbed that ball and just drugged that guy backwards on the ground.
He did, man. I mean, Stinson with a nice form tackle.
Stood him up.
But nobody else. I mean, he just held him up for everybody else to come on in there and make the tackle.
I'll tell you, those Poe brothers, I mean, Frederick right there, 91 in the middle, is a huge fire plug at that nose position. And which is his job, right?
Yeah.
Is that position is just take up as many blockers as you can.
So swing pass from the quarterback to the running back, and he's going to make a one-handed catch, driving forward for a nice 5-6 yard gain. So it's going to bring up third down for Buckhorn.
You know, it was a good job on that outside of standing him up, and then great pursuit by our linebackers. Jalen Ruffin was in the backfield and came back and almost stripped that ball right there on a return. Returning to the play. Just great hustle on his part.
So third down and about 5. Trips to the near side. One split to the far side for Buckhorn. Quarterback shotgun formation. Got running back to his left. Looks over to the sidelines. Wanted to see what the defense is doing. So now offensive coordinator sends in the play. So I bet it's going to be a rollout. Nope. He's going to try to throw it deep over Kinsey's head as the running back or the wide receiver kind of fell down there, but it was out of bounds.
That's a different quarterback. That's number 3, Justin Sumlin. I was going to say, I didn't see them switch quarterbacks, and then when he threw that ball, it looked much different than Roop, so caught my attention with that throwing motion. Had a little zip to that pass.
It did have a little. It was a nice tight spiral, just overthrew the intended receiver as Doty goes out to stand on his 44-yard line. He's already got a 68-yard punt return that counted, so he's already returned 2 punts. One of them got called back for a block in the back. There's the punt. It's going to go right to Doty. He's going to catch it at the 42. Tries to bounce to the outside. Still on his feet. Crosses the 50. Turns on the Jets and goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens. Another good field position for the Jets.
We almost got a little face mask. It looked like somebody grabbed the side of that helmet and I guess just grazed across it there. But is that a flag on the ground right there?
There is.
So we'll see what it is. It wasn't the face mask. It's something else.
Looks like they're going to mark it off against James Clemens the way the official holding the ball is. So penalty flag is personal foul.
No,
they're going to say Buckhorn personal foul.
Here we go. Both sides again.
Offsets. First down. So mark it, Mr. Official. Wait.
Why are we going back? Oh, I guess that's where they marked the ball.
Yep. So they said 30. Okay, so I said 35, 36-yard line where they say he went out of bounds. So Marsh leads the offense back out yet again with a 28-7 lead in this opening half. He's got, looks like, is that Barry back there with him? It is. Trips to the near side. That's Eggert, Little, and Cooper. Marsh is going to throw it. Hits the ground. That was a bad snap, and that must be the inexperience of the young center that we have because that one was low for Marsh.
Yeah, and I kind of missed it because I was trying to figure out who our trips out here. That's Laughlin out there.
Oh, is that Laughlin?
Dylan Laughlin.
I thought that was Little.
Yeah, I think Little's 18. Laughlin's not. That's a new name for us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember. He may have got in a little last year, but not much at all. So he's a new fixture there in the wide receiver corps.
Well, I'm looking at this roster right here, and I'm only, really looking at just a few seniors. In the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
I mean, you've still got a sophomore, junior heavy team that I know Coach McGee is excited about. Marsh, shotgun, pump fakes, looking to throw it deep. Throws it across the middle to Eggert. Eggert catches it at the 5-yard line, drug down to about the 2. So 1st and goal, James Clemens.
Well, that's where he's dangerous. If he can get inside you on that post route right there, he's such a big body, it's hard to recover from behind him. And he's got all that body between you, that long reach out in front, and Ty did a great job of leading him right there where there's nobody that can do anything with it except him.
Well, the pump fake obviously froze the safety because they were looking to throw deep to Cooper. Eggert just did that nice little post pattern across and catches it all the way down to the 3-yard line as Marsh is going to keep it himself and tries to bull his way forward. Did he get in? They're not going to give it to him. I thought if he'd have just kept coming to this outside, he could have
Outran it, or at least pushed him in with some momentum. Once he stopped and tried to reroute right there to the inside, he lost all that momentum and was able to stand him up. And I thought when he got hit right there, he rolled over the defender into the end zone, but didn't quite get there.
Yeah, so they're going to say 2nd and goal from the 1 for James Clemens. We're under 2 minutes left in this opening half. And he's got splits to both sides. He's got Barry in the backfield with him to his left. That's Marsh, quarterback, calls timeout. So timeout on the field. Coach Johnson, tell us who we're going to see at halftime.
Oh, our halftime interview?
Yeah.
Man, you talk about a guy with some positivity. Dr. Kerry Donaldson, our new principal. Dr. D, as everybody calls him. Mm-hmm. And you talk about a guy that is a positive man. He's, picks everybody up, makes you feel better every time you talk to him. And, man, I can't be more excited that he's the guy that's going to be leading our building every day. And, he's been here as an assistant principal. Then he was the principal over the Rise Academy, which is the academy that we house and the alternative school. And does a great job there. And just the kids love him.
That's great.
The teachers love him. And, man, I can't be more excited that he's our new principal.
Well, we're going to talk to him at halftime and look forward to get to know him. And I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk to him here in this booth.
You'll have to ask him about the student-faculty basketball game my first year and what he did to me. Okay. That'll be a good conversation.
All right.
I still can't breathe.
So Marsh is going to hand it off to Barry. Barry's going to be met in the backfield. It's going to be pushed back for a loss on the play.
Yeah, we didn't do a great job on the left side of the line right there. They had 2 or 3 guys get in pretty quick, and we had nowhere to go.
So a loss of 1, so 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. So we'll see what the coaches dial up here with this 3rd and goal. So we're close to a minute left in this first half. James Clemens on top 28-7, trying to punch one more in before halftime. So Marsh comes out with Barry in the backfield. Got number 83 for James Clemens. That is Kula also in the backfield. Eggert and Cooper going to hand it off to Barry. Barry's going to be met in the backfield for another loss on the play. So it's going to bring up 4th and goal as he lost 3 yards on that one. So it's 4th and goal from the 5 with 38 seconds left in this opening half.
Well, again, a much different philosophy here offensively when we're down that close. I mean, we're still kind of spread out with wide splits with our linemen, and and it's just going to take some time for those guys to understand what the blocking schemes within the 5 are, because everything's so bunched up, right? You got so many defenders in a small space, and so be interesting to see if we kick it here. They're going to let this thing run down.
Yeah, so the play clock's down under 10. It's down to 5 seconds now, so we'll probably call a timeout here in just a second.
Three, 4 seconds left and finish the half with some kind of scoring attempt.
So that's going to be a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the 4th down play. You got 3 seconds left to play in the opening half. You're listening to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports.
Limestone County High School sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to Play Action Sports, broadcast of James Clemens Football. We're here at the spring game at Madison City School Stadium. James Clemens hosting the Buckhorn Bucks. Buckhorn Bucks, that's it. It's a mouthful. 28-7 your score right now as Ortiz is going to line up for the field goal attempt. So that's about, 25 yards? Nah, not even close to 25. What,
about
50?
22.
Yeah. So the kick is up. End over end, and it is no good. Right. No good. So, at halftime, your score, James Clemens, go ahead.
We got a flag.
Oh, we got a
Looks
flag.
like they hit the kicker, and we got another Buckhorn Buck down. So, may get a redo here because Ortiz got up holding his leg.
So, waiting on.
And I can't tell if that's a limp or if he's playing it off, trying to get that call
I'd
right
play
there.
It off. I'd try to play it off. So, yeah.
They give them another chance that we're going to go heavy or do something different. It looks like the offense may be coming back out.
So you can't end it on defensive penalties. So that's going to be 1st and goal.
Man, you hate to see that for Buckhorn, though. That's the second guy they've had to pick up and take off the field there. That's 26, Tamir Robinson, one of their defensive backs. So you hate to come into a spring game and have guys get nicked up like that.
So with no time on the clock, as they're trying to decide what they're going to do, they're going to, as the injured Buckhorn Buck gets helped off the field, they're going to go try to another field goal attempt, or
they're spotting the ball about the 3. It looks like. Looks like we're putting the offense back on the field.
So try to put another touchdown on the board on this untimed down right here. Yeah, sure, why not?
It's spring game, got nothing to lose. You're up pretty big.
Plenty to talk about at halftime,
Let's go, Jets.
Well, there's plenty to talk about because you got Dr. D in the house.
That's right. That's right. So Marsh comes out of the huddle. He's going to lead the offense back out there. So you got DJ Williams in the backfield. Going to put Cooper split to the far side. Got Eggert closest to us, split. Williams is to Marsh's left.
Two tight ends.
Two tight ends, yep. Timeout on the field by Buckhorn.
They wanted to see the formation. Now they're going to talk about it.
So as they talk about it, we'll take a quick break and come back. We'll have this untimed down in just a moment. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All 3 locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. Marsh in the shotgun, takes a snap, is looking to throw it to the end zone to Eggert. Eggert's going to make the catch in the corner of the end zone.
Got it.
Touchdown, James Clemens. Eggert gets another 6 points right there. That was a beautiful – that's what we tried to do earlier on the opposite side, and we weren't able to bring that one in.
Well, and it's the beauty of having a guy that's, 6'6" or whatever Eggert is. And, you've got a chance to isolate him out here one-on-one, and there's not many defensive backs, if we throw the ball in the right place, that can go up and get the ball.
That's right. That's right. So Ortiz ready to kick the extra point. Kick is up. And that goes through.
Ortiz just needed to be 2 yards closer and a touchdown.
Just a hair. So at halftime, your score, James Clemens, 35. Should be 35. Buckhorn, 7. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
Here's what's on the Jets' radar. The County Line Baseball Camp will be June 5th through 7th from 8 till 11 a.m. for ages 7 to 13. Cost is $165. For more information, call 557-4516 or email countylinebaseballcamp@gmail.com. The Junior Jets Softball Camp will be June 6th and 7th from 9 a.m. till noon. Cost is $75. For more information, go to the James Clemens Softball Facebook page. A youth basketball camp will be held June 12th and 13th from 9 a.m. till noon for kindergarten through 6th grades. Cost is $75. For more information, contact Coach Monica Maxwell at 303-5153 or email mlmaxwell@madisoncity.k12.al.us. The County Line State of Mind 10K and 5K will be June 17th at James Clemens to benefit the Jets baseball team. There will also be a fun run around the bases. Cost is $20 for the 10K or 5K. For more information, go online to the County Line State of Mind Facebook page. The Jets All-In campaign has been set up to help various athletic programs at James Clemens. For more information on donating, go online to jcathletics.net. We'll be back with more James Clemens coverage from Play Action Sports.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special, and that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750, go by their office at 508 South Jefferson Street, or look for the link online at athensal.us. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
The world is changing.
The Tailgate Talk app has changed. It's got a new name and a new look. It's now known as PAS Plus, and it's your home for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, along with James Clemens Sports and Calhoun Basketball.
Change never hurt, huh?
Look for the download links at PASnetwork.net or TailgateTalk.net. PAS Plus, Play Action Sports, plus a little extra. PAS Plus from Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on Play Action Sports. We are at halftime as James Clemens with a huge lead, 35-7 over the visiting Buckhorn Bucks in this spring game matchup, and just a lot of offensive action that we love to see from James Clemens, and really happy with the first half performance. But enough football. Let's talk to our halftime guest, Dr. Kerry Donaldson, the principal at James Clemens. Congratulations, Dr. D.
Thank you, sir.
So glad to have you. It's the first time we've had a chance to talk.
I know. Hey, this is Dr. D. You're in a place to be.
Coach Johnson told me this was how it's going to be.
This is how it's going down. It's about to go down.
So is it true that every Friday you sing a song?
Oh, absolutely. Now,
that's Thursdays. I don't want you to break your rhythm.
I don't want to crush anybody's spirits today.
I understand.
But some people say I sound like an alarm clock. So that's good because I wake everybody up in the morning.
I love it.
The Fantabulous Fridays.
I love it. The other thing I'm really supposed to ask you before we really start talking serious is I heard that there was a faculty basketball game.
I am so ready to tell this.
I want to hear it.
Oh, yeah. So it was our first year, and we played a student-faculty basketball game. I was not going to let them kids kill me. I was not going to have a heart attack.
I understand.
So the first quarter, I ran up the court maybe 2 or 3 times. They called timeout. I ran to the bench. I said, Coach, come on in. So Coach played the whole first quarter, the whole second quarter. Then he tried to repay the favor by saying, Mr. D, come on in. I said, no, I'm good. You got it. You stay out there. They're not going to kill me. I'm not going to have no heart attack. He played the whole game. I think he's still mad at me to this day. I'm sorry, Coach.
I mean, he did bring it up. I'm just saying he told me to ask you about it. And so I think he's still a little bit sore.
He's
probably feeling it still, you know.
But he had all the rebounds. Mm-hmm. So had all the assists. So he played great.
So you're saying Coach Johnson is a force in the paint?
Absolutely. You're only as good as your last game, and he was great.
So, I mean, he was great. He's ready to go pro.
Yeah. So we're ready to do it again, right, Coach?
That's awesome. Well, I mean, this is, like I said, this is the first time I've met you, and this is the first time. I mean, you're coming up here. You got your slacks.
Yeah.
You got your wingtips.
I do.
You got the Navy blazer ties, and I'm up here in the NASA T-shirt. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of hanging. I mean, you kind of make me look silly, but that's okay. I respect that.
I appreciate it. Hey, so you know, this is what I wore today. I just came from a banquet at the high school, and what I should have done, I should have wore some shorts. Because after running up here, I thought I'd have a heart attack.
You know, there's nothing wrong with you going out and funding an elevator.
You're right.
Here.
For here. Yeah. Yes.
Now, you probably have to get the other school to pitch in a little bit.
Yeah.
So they might not do that.
We need to talk to Dr. Nichols about that. Yeah.
So, I mean, in all seriousness, no, this is not – this community, this environment, this school is not new to you.
No,
Even though you're
not,
the principal. Yeah. I mean, tell us a little bit more about you, where you came from, how you got to this point.
Okay, so I'll tell you a quick story about how I got to Alabama.
Sure.
So I played college basketball, and I played at Chattanooga State, so I got my associate's degree. So the coach from Athens, he came to pick me up on a recruiting trip. So I'm sitting in the back seat, and he's driving. And I think a friend of mine or my mom called and said, hey, I heard you going on a recruiting trip. I said, yeah, I'm going to Athens, Georgia. The coach he was driving, he said, no, son, you're going to Athens, Alabama.
Athens State.
I've been here ever since. I thought I was going to Athens, Georgia, y'all. I had no idea. So I'm a PE teacher, coach, football. I did assistant football coach, head basketball coach in the middle school. Then I became a assistant principal at Florence Middle School my 9th year, I believe. And then I was there for 5 years. Went to Athens for 1 year to be a principal. Then I came here. My first 2 years, I was the assistant principal at James Clemens High School. Then my last 2 years, I was the administrator of Rise Academy and Alternative School. Then I became the head principal like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but positives. I mean, just the whole, just from Coach Johnson and from everybody, they're just talking about the energy that you bring to the position, and that just you getting great response from the students.
Yes. So I use this word at the graduation. It's called synergy. So it's all about team working as one. It's called harmony. So like Coach Johnson. What people don't realize is you can have a building. You can have a nice building, but if you don't have the right people in the building on the bus, it's not going to work. So I have great people, have staff people like Coach Johnson, my admin team, the teachers, the students, and the faculty, the community. So they're my synergy.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty awesome.
I mean, in this community here, just overall, I mean, the way that since James Clemens has been in existence, still a young school, but since it's been in existence, the way this community is rallied around just everything here in Madison City and the feeder schools, with Liberty, just a great community for us to be a part of.
Yes, it is. And
you no doubt are bringing that positivity that is needed, especially with today's kids.
Yes,
they need that. It's the way the world is. They need to see leadership that displays the positivity.
Well, I appreciate it, and I'll be honest. I get that from my wife, because people always ask me, "Dr. D, do you have any kids?" I don't know if it's because of the energy I have or what. I say, well, I don't have any kids, but my wife does. She has a 43-year-old. So I'm 43, she's 43, so I'm her son.
Yeah.
So when I'm at home, I'm like them.
See, I think that's what my wife would say the same thing. I think our wives would get along.
Okay.
She would say, "Yeah, I've got 4 kids. 2 of them are out of the house. I still got 1 in high school, and I get this joker sits on the couch." So that's great. So what is there anything that ultimately, when you took this position, that you wanted to see either change or change the dynamic? I mean, overall, everything's been great for James Clemens, but what about you? What is your philosophy on how you're approaching a 7A school? I mean, you've got one of the largest schools in North Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Under your leadership.
So we have over 150 staff members, and right now we're right at, I think, 22,150 students maybe. So, and it's going to grow. But like I said, when I first started, I knew this was a great school because it's a transient school. So we have a diverse population from all over the country, some from all over the world. So it fits me because I really like establishing relationships. So and I think out the box. So my thing with JC is just to continue the tradition that they have, and just continue to establish relationships. Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, this is the first time we've talked, and I feel like this is not going to be the last time.
No, it won't be. Hey, and matter of fact, whenever you want to play basketball, you are more than welcome to join me and Coach Johnson.
I don't have the height. I'm almost as wide as I am tall. So
it's okay.
It's
okay. It's all about the heart.
It's all about the heart. I don't want my heart to give out.
But because I'm not playing.
Because you're not going to play.
No.
I heard Coach Johnson could play.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, when he played, the kids loved him. They said Coach could play, and that's why he stayed in all 4 quarters, and I didn't.
Well, you got to appreciate that. That's just such lies. Well, Dr. D, man, it's such an honor to meet you, and thank you for coming up here and spending some time with us.
Thank you.
And I wish you luck in going into the summer and into the fall, and we'll be back up here in the booth, and I'd love to get you back up here.
Absolutely.
During the middle of football season.
Hey,
it feels like football season.
It does. So
I love it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, well, Dr. Donaldson, new principal here at James Clemens, been on the job 2 months?
Yes, indeed, because I was the interim in January, but it became official on April 20th, my birthday.
I love it. Happy late birthday. What a great present. Well, for Dr. Donaldson, I'm Kirk Pierce. We're going to take another break. It's halftime. James Clemens on top, 35-7. You're listening to James Clemens Football of Play Action Sports.
Thank you, sir.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time time out. What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Alabama.
This message presented by the AHSAA and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All three locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence. Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special, and that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750, go by their office at 508 South Jefferson Street, or look for the link online at athensal.us. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports as we wrap up halftime. James Clemens on top 35-7. Kurt Pierce, Coach Johnny Johnson, and Mr. Tim Lambert, our producer extraordinaire, running the board for us. You just heard Dr. Kerry Donaldson. I'm going to tell you, man.
I told you.
He is on fire, dude.
Energy, positivity. I mean, that is who he is 24/7.
It's a great interview. I mean, we have great interviews a lot, but that was a pleasure getting to know him. And you could just tell that he loves what he does.
There's no doubt about that. He loves the kids.
Loves the kids.
And he wants to make a difference. And look, when he did the alternative school and the Rise Academy and all those kids, like credit recovery type stuff.
Yeah.
And, some of those kids have had tough times and have, not all of them are discipline problems. They just have had tough circumstances. And, boy, he loves those young kids and has really reached out and affected a lot of lives. And now he's going to get to do it on an even broader scale with the whole campus.
Well, it was a great interview, and I'm glad he was able to come up here and talk to us and spend some time with us. But something bigger out there on the field. We're about to get ready for the second half. Now, just kind of give us your thoughts on the first half.
I don't know that it could have gone any better than it did for the Jets, right?
Did I catch you off guard with that?
No,
one?
I'm just sitting here thinking, what went wrong?
Yeah, a couple penalties.
You had a couple penalties. You had offsetting personal fouls twice, which guys are amped up to be on the field against somebody else. I think we had one offsides on defense.
Yeah.
Maybe on a kick return. The kick return, but really nothing that's just detrimental because we found a way to overcome even those.
I mean, the only thing I would probably point to, aside from the penalties and maybe the missed field goal, which we were able to get a penalty on that and punch it in for another touchdown, but that one touchdown that Buckhorn was able to score where he split the two defenders because both of them were going for the ball. I mean,
that's right.
If that's the worst thing that happens on game day in the fall, then I think we're in for a great season.
Well, and look, we don't know what type of team Buckhorn has.
Right.
The reality is, they could be really good or lost a lot of guys. We don't know.
Right.
The bottom line is we want to come out of this spring game feeling good about what we're doing, especially with a lot of the new roles. Coach Truitt as the offensive coordinator. How's the offense going to run? There's, because the reality is the whole offense changed.
Right.
And they haven't had a ton of time to put it in.
Right.
And so we're seeing just scratching the surface of what it's going to be this fall. And the fact that we've played a whole half and put up 35 points, and the defense has kept them out of the end zone all but once. It's been a positive first half. You hope that continues here in the third quarter.
So back deep to receive the second half kickoff is going to be Cooper and Barry standing about their 10-yard line as James Clemens is going to get the ball first, open the second half, as Buckhorn actually won the toss and elected to receive the opening kickoff. So that kind of worked out for James Clemens. We're able to score right at the end of halftime, and hopefully we can punch one in to start off this third quarter.
Got different guys back this time. You got Cooper and you got Cam Barry.
So high end-over-end kick's going to be fielded by Cooper at the 2-yard line, and he's going to cross the 10, trying to find a crease, gets to the 20, bounces it to the outside. Look at him, high step over to the 30, slicing and dicing through there like he's cutting onions for an omelet,
there you go.
Right? You like that one?
The kicker did a great job right there. I mean, the kicker was the last guy, and he did a good job of keeping Coop between him and the sideline and use that sideline as a second defender. And because if he could have got back to the middle of the field, there was nobody else.
Trouble. So Marsh is going to come back out on offense. Probably not going to see him much longer, even though we were told the starters, first and second string, are going to play the first 3 quarters, and then you'll get the JV coming in.
It'll be interesting with Marsh just because there's not a pure second-string quarterback right now.
Probably a good idea to give him some reps in spring.
There's I think you'll see the Evers, the young freshman at some point.
Was he 9th grade?
Yeah, an incoming freshman, and I'm not sure who outside of him is running quarterback reps.
So I have to hand off to Barry up the middle. Barry's going to get a couple of yards. Actually, he's going to pick up about 4, so brings up 2nd and 6 as he gets tackled at about the 42-yard line of James Clemens.
I did see at practice one day they ran some stuff with Doty back there.
Oh, wow.
I guess just an emergency situation maybe, or that Wildcat type stuff. But, Ty's the guy.
Yeah.
There's not another one in waiting until you get young, and so – you're going to see that at some point tonight, I'm sure.
And I think a lot of the Jets fans, even though we had Gio, and Gio played for 4 years, everybody's been excited to see what Marsh is going to be able to do for the past couple of years. Hand off to Barry on the far side. He's going to get the first down, crosses the 50, still on his feet, drugged down from behind at about the Buckhorn 42-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens. That's Barry's best run of the day.
Yeah, and it's just such a different running style than what you see out of DJ. DJ is low to the ground. He's going to bounce off people. Cam's a little more upright, holds that ball up and tight to the body, and it's kind of that side-to-side, make you miss just a little bit, and it just very different running styles.
So far we've got 2 splits to the near side. That's Cooper and Little. Got 2 tight ends on the far side. Everybody's in tight. Barry stays in the backfield to the left of Marsh. Now we got a man in motion. That's Kula. He goes into the backfield. Handed off to Barry again. Barry's going to try to find a crease. Fights his way forward for about 2. They're going to say 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 for James Clemens. So you're right. I mean, Barry just trying to pick his way through as Williams. I haven't seen him yet in the second half.
Yeah, I just wonder if they're getting Barry more work, if Williams isn't going to come back out. Ty Doty, haven't seen him again.
Yeah, Ty Doty's over here on the sidelines.
He's holding his helmet.
Yeah.
He wasn't back for the kickoff. He's not in here. So looks like some of those guys that, I don't know if they've got some little nicks, over the course of spring and got them their first half in and get them out of there, or what the situation might be.
So Marsh going to hand it to Barry again. Barry trying to bounce it to the outside. Missed fix mask right there. Sheds another tackler, still on his feet, crosses the 25 down to about the 24.
Took his whole helmet off.
There's going to be a face mask on that one, too. Barry capitalizing on a couple of big runs right there.
Looked like they had him stopped in the backfield. He went for the middle of the line there and just hit a wall, and luckily bounced back and showed some patience to come around the end instead of sticking it right back up in the middle and broke one tackle and got a big gain.
So Laughlin comes in. He's going to split to the far side along with Little. Cooper's going to stay in, closest to us. Got another running back in the backfield. That's M.J. Gideon.
So this is Coach Gideon, our defensive coordinator's son. They are really high on him. He's a freshman. I think he's the future at running back. whether it's this year or obviously next year as a sophomore, he's a big, thick kid for a freshman. Not even a freshman technically. And you look at him, he's bigger than any running back we got, it looks like.
Wow. Okay. He does. I like that number. That was my high school number, so I'll take that all day long. So Laughlin and Little split to the far side. Marsh drops back to pass, dumps it over to, oh, man, I thought Fafori was going to have that one as he came across the middle, and it just was off his fingertips.
Boy, how quick did Ty flick that out to him?
Oh, he did. Boy, just...
he looked like he was going to have to scramble right there, and it's just a little flip of the wrist and put it right on the money, and it was just a little hot for Fafori to handle. So
it brings up 2nd and 10. They can get down to the 2-yard line for a first down. I'd rather just go ahead and punch it in with 9:28 left in this third quarter.
I want to see Gideon run the ball.
I do too.
Because I've heard lots about it.
So he's lined up to the right of Marsh. Now he switches and goes to the left. 2 splits to the near side. That is Little and Cooper. They're going to hand it to Gideon.
And
he slips right when he gets the ball. I think he got a little excited
nerves,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no gain on the play, 3rd and 10
boy,
for
it looked
James
explosive
Clemens.
taking that handoff, though, didn't it? And then that feet just came out from under him.
So 3rd and long for James Clemens as Laughlin and Little and Cooper all go to the far side. So we'll have trips over there. Gideon stays in the backfield. Marsh quarterback. Fafori is your up back. Or is he going to line up on the line? No, he is going to line up as tight end. So here we go. Now you got a man in motion. That is Laughlin.
Little.
Oh, is that Little? Goodness, I'm going to get him. Just Marsh, a little too high there for Gideon.
And I think Ty rushed that one a little bit. He there was not as much heat as he thought coming in on him, and just overthrew him.
So we got an official over there on the sidelines wants to come talk to the ref. I don't see a penalty flag on the play. Do you?
No, I do not.
So false start on James Clemens, but with no penalty flag.
Yeah, that was odd. Unless it's on that far side and they've already picked it up.
It might have.
May have been that line judge over there dropped it.
Yeah, I could see he picked it up. All right, so we are going to 4th and 10.
So they declined?
I guess so.
Yeah, declined it and made it 4th down.
Keep it 4th down. So, yeah, you back them up and replay 3rd down.
Well, you got nothing to lose here. You got a big lead. Well, now we're going to get a timeout. I was going to say you got nothing to lose here because even if you don't get it, you got them backed up in the other end with the whole field to go.
So Buckhorn took a timeout, 8:38 left to play in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports. James Clemens with the ball. 4th and 10 from the Buckhorn 13-yard line. James Clemens up 35-7. Marsh puts a man in motion. That's for Forey. He's got Gideon to his left. He's going to drop back to pass, looking to throw it to Little in the back of the end zone. He catches it.
Nice job.
Does he catch it? They say he's in.
Yep.
Touchdown, James Clemens. A.J. Little with his second touchdown reception of the spring game.
You know, that was really well-thrown pass. I was afraid it was a little too close to the end zone because he was wide open. But, you know, it's one of those where he dropped it in, and it was only going to be A.J. or nobody else catch that ball.
Right. It just beautiful pass, touch pass to Little, and he makes that catch for his second touchdown of the game as Diaz or Ortiz. I say Diaz. Did we have a Diaz at one time?
I don't think so.
All right, Ortiz. He knuckleballs that one through, and it goes through for a 42-7 lead in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports.
Limestone County High School sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports. 8:25 left in the third quarter. Got the starters still out there for both teams. 42-7 your score. James Clemens on top. And kicking off again is Ortiz. Here we go.
He's struggling with that
I'm going to get it. Some of these, a lot of these are new names, man. I'm trying to get them down pat. I'll have them. So number 12 is going to field it at the 5-yard line. He's going to be met at the 28 and brought down. Trying to get that number. Looked like number 38, 39, Jalen Ruffin on the tackle. So, Coach Johnson, you got a couple things coming up this summer, baseball-wise. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah, we've got two things. We've got our 5K, 10K that we do is coming up Saturday, June 17th. The County Line State of Mind 5K, 10K, so you can register online for that. There's a Facebook page, County Line State of Mind. And so that's been a good fundraiser for us. And they shut down County Line, and actually the runners get to run on County Line Road. And the other deal is it's a officially measured and timed race for those that are qualifying for the races. So it's a neat deal. Excuse me, for them to get on a street that's shut down by the city. The city of Madison's great to work with us on that, and it's been a great event so far.
High snap to the quarterback for Buckhorn, and fortunately for them, when it hit the turf, the running back was able to land on it. So second down, loss of 4 on the play, so 2nd and 14 for Buckhorn. You also have a baseball game.
Yeah, the other thing is we got the County Line baseball camp coming up June 5 through 7, and so that's ages 6 to 13. Again, I'll let you call that play.
There's not much to call there. Hand off to the running back. Nate Jennings brings him down.
Nate Jennings shot right down the line, scraped right down the line, and caught him from behind. So,
goodness.
Coach Burgess, Brett Burgess, runs our youth camps, and that's taken that on as part of his duties. And, man, what a great job he's done organizing and setting that up. And this year we're moving it from Palmer Park to our place.
That's awesome.
So it'll be in the Jetsplex on the turf. And so get on Facebook and find it. It's a great event for those youth.
So the quarterback tries to throw a deep pass. Had his man beat, the receiver did, by a couple of steps. The defensive back was, I can't see that number over there. But nevertheless, falls incomplete. So 4th and long for Buckhorn, so they're going to punt. And we're going to see who goes out there. No, Doty's going to go out there to return the punt.
Okay. He's back.
So that's good. I guess Coach McGee wants to make sure that he's got Doty dialed in on punt return.
That's right. So if you've got kids, baseball kids, ages 6 through 13, that want to get some great instruction and be around the Jets, June 5 through 7, it'll be from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right there at the Jetsplex. And once again, on Facebook, it's County Line Baseball Youth Camp.
Well, I mean, and the other good thing is there's a timeout on the field, but another good thing about that, you just said it, they've moved from Palmer Park to the Jetsplex. It's big-time ball, man.
Oh, yeah, get over there on that turf. And, we got multiple fields there as well with the 2 baseball fields and 2 softball fields. And, we're in a building process right now. The school system building us our indoor facility. So not only this year we won't have that ready, but by next year we'll have that indoor facility with 4 indoor cages. And, it's going to have locker rooms for baseball and softball, coaches' offices, meeting areas, storage, laundry, all that good stuff. But we'll have those 4 indoor cages to get work done. So a lot of exciting things going on over at James Clemens when it comes to baseball and softball. And like I said, Coach Burgess does a great job with this camp. And so June 5 to 7, ages 6 to 13, get your kids over there. And our coaches will be there. A lot of our players will be there doing the camp. A lot of time our former players that are off playing come back and work it. So it's a great time for those guys.
So Cam Berry goes in to field the punt for Doty. Yep. So another Fafori able to get in backfield, and that was definitely a Shankopotamus on that punt.
Did Bradley Kimbrough just sneak back in there?
I know, right? I'm just trying to keep the spirit of Kimbrough alive here. as that ball is going to be spotted at the Buckhorn 41-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from the Buckhorn 41. So,
Well, and I guess, we're talking about Barry and Doty and who's back on the kicks right there. You want to get Doty reps, but he did it all last year. So it may be something where you're trying somebody else out to see if they can handle catching those punts.
So we have the freshman quarterback in there.
Evers is in the game.
He is in there.
Good for him. It'll be interesting to see. He's a big, strong kid for his age. Got some arm strength.
So handoff to Gideon. Gideon bounces it to the outside. Look at that power. That kid's still on his feet and kind of got tackled after really a 6-yard gain. But, man, he did not go down easily.
He drug a few, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
He's not your typical-looking freshman.
No.
And a really strong run right there.
They've got him listed on the roster as a junior.
Yeah, that's not right. Do they really?
I mean, you would know that. They got him listed as a defensive back junior.
Yeah, that's a misprint. He's a incoming freshman running back.
That's crazy.
So you got 2 incoming freshmen in the backfield right now.
So Evers in at quarterback, puts a man in motion. Gideon in the backfield to his left. Takes a snap, hands it off to Gideon again. Gideon met at the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. So brings up 3rd and 6 for James Clemens.
It'll be interesting to see. I know you're going to see Gideon a lot with the freshman in, but if they let the young quarterback throw a little bit here too, I'm sure at some point. Like I said, he's a big, strong kid as a incoming freshman. And has some arm strength. He's a baseball kid too, and can really throw a baseball and can really hit a baseball a long way. So he's a strong kid.
So you got 2 splits to the near side. I'll get those numbers for you in just a second. I see number 81. That's Reed Wilson. Going to hand it off to Gideon again. Gideon with a hole. Picks up the first down. Still on his feet. Spun around there a little bit like a fidget spinner. And got taken down. Hey, dude, I'm going to bring them all out.
Fidget spinner.
Wait till I get that omelet one dialed in. Wait till I get that. Tyson it up. Wait till I get that one dialed in.
All right. We got some new material for 2024, 2023, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just trying out new things, see what sticks. Till Tim tells me I can't do it anymore. 5:13 left to play in the third quarter. James Clemens up 42-7. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. 2 running backs in the backfield along with Evers. Little bit of movement. Gives it to Gideon again, and he finally calls it.
I didn't know why they waited that long to call it. Both Evers and the running back, Gideon, both leaned forward.
And
it took forever to call it.
When your quarterback is in motion, that's not good.
Well, young nerves.
Yeah, sure. First time putting on that jet blue helmet.
That's right.
Get you excited. Oh, man. It is gorgeous.
Well, they've at least left the starting offensive line in front of him for the most part.
I mean, if it was cooler up here, I'd have my jet blue windbreaker on.
There you go.
I got that James Clemens Jets. Shotgun. Going to hand it off to Gideon again. He's going to take the ball, and he's going to lose more yardage.
I was bragging on us leaving that offensive line in, but they have
really not helped their young running back and quarterback out.
And I don't know if it's that or also maybe they know the young quarterback's in and they're just bringing everybody going, yeah, right, he's going to throw.
That's probably the case. So 2nd and goodness, what was that, 17?
Alex Lively, 26 on the field now, sophomore wide receiver.
Got trips over here.
Who is this on this corner? The middle guy, 88
Reed Wilson,
maybe?
Closest to us. Not sure. We'll get that in a minute. That's number 80. Swing pass out to number 26 for James Clemens. No, he didn't get that there. Pass intended for Alex Lively.
Miles Major is number 80. The other receiver on that trips over here, number 80.
Yeah, so he's a junior as well. So they're out there. Looks like it's a lot more second string out there now, except for the line. So
46,
down.
Ethan Hopkins in at the tight end position. Ethan's another one of my baseball guys. You talk about a strong ox now. Holy cow. You can tell he's a big old thick thing there, 46, that tight end position. And he's a guy that it moves really well for as big as he is.
Shotgun. Hands off to Gideon. Gideon finds a hole. Picks up some yardage, only about 4 or 5 yards on the carry. So it's going to bring up 4th down and long. And looks like we're going to try another field goal. So we'll see if Ortiz has the – you think we're going to punt?
I think this is a punt.
So Ortiz is going to handle the punting duties too. Yeah, you're right. I like it.
We got to find out if we can snap it back to him. Well, that's the other thing about Tim Coleman being out. Tim Coleman's the long snapper, and one of the best long snappers in the country. He's been going to camps and is rated as a long snapper, and so don't know who did the snapping right there, but they got it back there okay.
So nice high punt. It's going to bounce at the 10.
Don't touch it yet. Now touch it.
Now get it. There we go. We're going to down it at about the 6-yard line, 7-yard line.
Looked like A.J. Kelly did the snapping duties right there.
Well, he did a good job. Ortiz just was able to kick that one high, and once it hit, he had a guy down there ready to receive it, and down it, and they did a great job of covering that one. James Clemens did, so Buckhorn deep in their own territory with that. Now listen, come fall, you can just bring your radio to the James Clemens home games, and all you got to do is tune it into 105.3 FM, and you get to hear us on your radio while you watch. So play-by-play, all the jokes, all the mayhem that goes on up here during the game. So there's the running back, finds himself a hole, crosses the 40, almost to the 50, crosses the 50 into James Clemens territory, finally brought down at the James Clemens 44. So the biggest play for Buckhorn on the ground, aside from that touchdown reception in the first half.
Well, that opened up in a hurry.
Yeah, it did. So they're going to keep their starters in on offense, as James Clemens got a lot of substitutions on defense, especially in the secondary. Still see Stinson out there.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix right now.
Throw it across the middle to number 1. It's going to be fielded and caught at the 25-yard line.
Frankie Hill on the defense right there, number 35. That's a new name we haven't called.
It's all these young guys getting that rep that they need with 2:34 left to play in the third quarter.
Is that a 16 back there? Johnny Ross, maybe?
I think so. That number's kind of
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15, William Richards.
So going to hand it off to the running back. He's not going to go anywhere.
That guy, number 90, is not a new name. Nate was the first one back there that disrupted everything, and then he left it for somebody else to finish.
Well, when you got those two guys on the ends, Brown and Jennings, and you just got to feel good about it all.
Is this a 31 on the end down here?
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't see a 31 on the roster. Not sure who that was. He made the last tackle.
We need to complain to the producer, Mr. Tim Lambert, about not getting us the right rosters. So deep pass towards the end zone.
Nice,
it's going to be knocked away by number 6 for James Clemens. That's Dowdle. Is that Dowdle?
Bryson Dowdell, yeah.
Well, that's a new name for me.
He's one that he had a knee injury last year and missed most of the season. Look, you can see he's still got a brace on out there.
Yeah, I see that on his right leg.
Well, great position, and he turned and went right to the right spot right there on that receiver on a deep pass.
So with that incomplete pass, 3rd and 10 from the James Clemens 25 for Buckhorn. Shotgun, got 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Single back, right behind in the pistol is the quarterback. Going to have a whistle blown.
False start, I think.
So I'm not seeing it. Yep, false start against Buckhorn, so that's going to move that back. Still 3rd down.
Dowdell, we mentioned his name. I'm pretty sure his dad played at Alabama with Coach McGee, possibly.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I believe so. I may be mistaken, but I think that's right.
So 3rd and 15 for Buckhorn from the James Clemens 29-yard line. They need to get to the 15 for a first down. Past the 15. The quarterback's going to fake the handoff, try a quick pass across the middle. Oh, just overthrew his intended receiver, number 1, just really too high on that pass.
We had William Richards there at that safety position, and he was closing hard to make the hit. And when that flew the receiver there a little bit, his chances of picking that off went out the window because his head was down.
He was ready to make that lick.
Had a shot at it, though, if he wouldn't have been coming in so hard. But he's doing his job, right? He's coming to make a tackle.
So 4th and 15 for Buckhorn. They're going to go for it. With 1:30 left to play in the third quarter. They got James Clemens to jump off sides. So that'll shorten that 4th down. Won't give them the first down. It'll definitely make it a little easier. So I guess the quarterback there with a hard count. He's done that a couple of times. So moves it to, so it's 4th and 9.
Is that 99?
Yeah. Coming out.
Abraham Conchola. If I said that right, he was the one that jumped right there. New name.
So he's probably going to...
He's probably a little amped up.
Probably so.
First time on the field. He's a sophomore.
Put those hands down in that turf. Felt it. Gotta love the way that feels.
Nicely brushed turf.
Oh, man. Roll out pass to the far side. He's going to throw off his back foot. That's going to be offensive pass.
Right?
Yeah, thank you. The receiver pushed.
So are they calling this is going to be interesting because he threw that flag so late. It's either offensive pass interference, which it should have been because he totally shoved our guy to the ground. But then our guy jumped up and tackled him after in the end zone after could be a late hit, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, you can call it. Yeah, they're going to call against the offense.
I mean, he literally shoved our guy to the ground and then caught it.
So that's got to be offensive holding. Offensive tackling, really, if you want to be technical, because he's straight up.
There it is.
Pass interference on the offense. So, I mean, it was a touchdown reception, but the only reason he had that touchdown was because he drugged the defender down. And so that's going to move that back. So that fourth down really, really. So they're going to be spotted at the James Clemens 40-yard line. They got to go all the way to the 15 for a first down. So now you see Stinson's back in the game. Stinson's back in the secondary. So quick pass to the running back, falls incomplete.
Well, he tried to swing that out to him and get into some open space, but Nate Jennings was right in the quarterback's face, and he had to try to throw around Nate, and when he did, it was just inaccurate and missed.
So I imagine that quarterback's going to be really excited to go over there at the end of the third quarter not to see Nate Jennings again.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that'd be what I'd be thinking.
He's been in his face all night, hasn't he?
I mean, if it's not him, it's Brown. I mean, it's one or the other. All right, so now we got some offense. We got some white jerseys.
White jerseys. This will be interesting.
So white jerseys. We're not going to have names because some of them are duplicate numbers. Like there's number 2 in there, and that's that is DJ Williams' number, and so but that's not him. Same with number 7.
We didn't get a B-side roster, did we?
Yeah. So you see, that's not Mark Woods.
That's not Mark Woods.
That is one wearing a white jersey. So we're going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon cuts it about. Wow, look at that move. How about that one? Man, that is the slicing and dicing an onion like he's making an omelet right there.
You got it? That was much smoother than that.
That's how it was. Wait till I get these things dialed in.
How smooth was that move, by the way, by Gideon? Holy cow.
2 quick foot plants, changing direction on a dime.
And then explode.
I mean, first down run there by Gideon. So it's first and 10 from the Buckhorn 42-yard line with 51 seconds and counting in this third quarter.
So far as advertised for Gideon when
I
he gets
think so, man.
some blocking.
I'm excited to see this kid in action in the fall. Look at him still on his feet. Gets 6 yards, 7 yards on the play, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 3 as it's marked at the 35-yard line with 30 seconds left in this third quarter. I mean, we got all kinds of uniforms out there now. We got white jerseys, navy blue pants, white jerseys, white pants.
It's a spring game.
I know.
I'm just saying. You know it's a spring game when you got like 3 different color combos on the field right now for one team.
That's 81, and that is not Reed Wilson. And he almost jumped a little bit there, but I think officials could give him benefit of the doubt. Going to give it to Gideon again. He plants that foot, falls forward. I think he got the first down. And he does. At the end of the third quarter, James Clemens with a 42-7 lead in this spring game matchup against Buckhorn. We'll take a break. When we come back, I think we're going to start seeing some JV.
That's right.
All right, you're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Alabama. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports. I mean, it's almost summertime, and Johnny's up here talking about needing a jacket.
I mean, it's unbelievable how cool it is up in this box
really
right now.
is.
With the breeze coming in.
Got these windows open.
You know, and I guess I was out in the sun on the field working today and got really hot, and so now I guess I've cooled off, and, you know, it feels like a fall night.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sitting here going, man, I wish I had a little pullover.
So James Clemens. In May. So James Clemens with a 42-7 lead as we get ready for fourth quarter action here in this spring game matchup. And as we've already heard, that Coach McGee and Buckhorn's head coach, they have decided that they're going to play their starters the first three quarters, and then they're going to turn it over to the JV for a quarter. And so we're about 3.5 minutes from starting the fourth quarter. So I just go ahead and tell you, folks, we don't have a roster for any of the JV.
We are going to make this happen, people.
So we can either do one of two things. We can make names up.
Ooh, that might be fun.
Which, you know, if we're not careful, that could get us in trouble.
Bradley Kimbrough on the carry.
Or we can just call their numbers, and parents, if you're listening, you know your player's number as they're out there.
Or we could just sit here in silence.
Or we just have dead air.
Nobody wants that.
No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Or we could get Dr. D to come back up here and sing to us.
No, he will do that. Like you said, he sounds like an alarm clock. Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
That's everybody's favorite sound, right?
I mean, come on.
But he does it with no shame every Friday, I promise you.
As long as he's in it,
he takes requests.
Does he really?
Oh, yeah.
What was the song he sang the other day, last week?
I don't remember Friday. I do remember graduation started out with celebrate good times.
Celebrate.
But he did it graduation. It was good. Well, he had the whole arena clapping to get him started.
Hey, as long as you got it. You got it.
I told him, you know, it was his first official speech as principal at graduation. He had to do it right, and sure enough, he did, man. It was great.
I was sitting here while you're talking. I don't have any hair. I got a hat on, but I'm watching your hair kind of blow in the wind. That breeze is coming right in here. It is chilly.
We had somebody walk in the door right there in the wind tunnel right here.
Just kind of brought it all in.
You know, it's really refreshing, and it's probably great for these kids that haven't been in pads a ton.
Yeah.
You know, we always deal with that early in the fall season, is all the cramps and the things they go through early in the season, the heat timeouts, and, you know, we don't have to deal with that tonight.
No, absolutely. So that's exactly what you want if you're going to have a spring game. I mean, the Storms kind of came through early and pushed their way out towards the eastern part of the state, which is kind of where Coach Kimbrough is. And I imagine they've been in a ton of softball delays. I don't know what's going on over there, over in Oxford for the state championship of the softball.
Oh, is it in Oxford as well?
Yeah, it's around in that area. So
gotcha.
You know,
I know the state finals for baseball. You know, they play one game at Oxford at Chocolate, and then they finish up at JSU.
Yeah. So Buckhorn comes out in all Navy jerseys with the Navy helmets, and James Clemens with white jerseys, blue pants, most of them.
I think that's Evers at quarterback. He just switched jerseys.
So what's his number?
18. Nope.
Yeah, nope, 19. Evers, bad snap to him. He's just going to fall on it at the 40-yard line. Evers.
Yeah, that's Evers.
Yeah, it is. You're right. He did change jerseys.
Number 1 is Dennis at running back. Jaka Dennis.
Okay. So Evers still in at quarterback.
How about 73? Mason Douglas. Look at the size of our right side of the line right now. I don't know who the guard is. Mason Douglas.
I'm running behind that side.
Is that 77 next to him? Rayon Williams? Those two guys are massive.
Those are big kids. Evers drops back to pass, throws it over to the middle, hits his receiver at the 30-yard line, gets some of that yardage back. Still going to bring up third down.
28, maybe?
28's the receiver.
Manuel Negron.
Okay.
Sophomore.
All right.
That's a good pass. I mean, that crisp, sharp pass right there. A little curl route.
I love it. All right, Evers in the backfield. He's got Dennis back there with him to his left. He's got two splits to the far side, one to the near side. Going to hand it off to Dennis. Dennis got a hold, puts his head down, still on his feet, hurdles one guy, brought down at the 25-yard line. Yeah.
I don't know if it's because the younger, smaller kids are in or if that running back's a big kid.
He's a big boy.
That's a good-looking kid there.
I mean, he took that ball and he ran right at that line, man. He looked really good.
Let's see, number 2, Jermonev Tony here at wide receiver. Hope I got that right. Trying to figure out
we'll hear about it if we didn't.
Oh, yeah. The email, Tim, what's your email? Let him get the complaints.
Play Action Sport, PAS Network. Evers takes a snap. You're going to have a little bit of movement over here.
Yeah, it looked like movement as the tight end.
Yeah,
what number
on the left
was
side.
That? It may have been Hopkins.
Number 40.
46, Ethan Hopkins. He just switched into a white jersey.
He did. Yeah, he did. He tried to get off the line just a little too fast.
That made sense. I saw him loading the trailer to come over today, and they had a whole bag full of white jerseys.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what it is. They were bringing the guys that are playing in with both groups.
I'm telling you, I'm sitting here looking over here on the sidelines and looking at all the starters getting together, talking, offense and defense both. Just down here, you can tell they got a good camaraderie going on with the varsity. All right, Evers, shotgun, looking to pass. Nice move over here by number 2. Going to roll it out to the other side. Overthrows his intended receiver. Hopkins, the tight end.
Yeah, just behind him and high.
There was a lot going on right there for Evers.
A little scramble to go to the right and had him wide open. But, for a young quarterback, the game probably moves a little faster than what he was used to as an 8th grader.
Sure.
Because you got some sophomores and juniors even on the field right now. So, got a little excited and just overthrew him.
So, turnover on downs as Buckhorn comes out. We'll see their JV offense for the first time. Also gives us a chance to take a look at our JV defense.
Well, I'll say one more thing else about Evers. We've been spoiled the last few years watching Gio throw on the run.
That's true.
We think it's easy, and it's not. And so for a guy to be rolling out and try to hit, as an incoming freshman, that's a lot to ask for a young guy. And like I said, I think we were spoiled to death because Gio did it really, really well.
No doubt. Number 47 for James Clemens on the tackle. That is Eric Young in the linebacker position, bringing down the running back after 5 yards.
Put-together young man.
Is he really?
He's a baseball kid as well, and he is really.
Oh, goodness!
Ooh, who was that?
Number 24 for James Clemens. Jessup comes in from the cornerback side, and looked like they had called a weak side blitz.
Yeah,
and
I think he's playing that outside linebacker spot right there.
I tell you, man, he came in, shot that gap, and there was nobody that blocked him, and he met the running back as soon as he got the handoff. So loss on the play brings up 3rd down and 7.
It says 27's MJ Gideon, but I don't think that's him out there on the corner. Maybe it is.
No, that's maybe it is.
He's listed
over the head of the quarterback. So a huge loss on that one as it's 4th down. You could definitely see some JV, some inexperience out there on both sides of the field for both teams there. But that's okay because that's what this game's for.
We go back to these white jerseys. They're tough to see.
They really are.
They got white with a Carolina number on them.
Well, I see one, number 54, because he has navy blue numbers, and I like that.
Yeah, these Carolina numbers on white are tough to see from up here.
So we're going to have to bring binoculars next time. I don't know, Tim. I don't know. So it's going to be an uncontested punt as
this happens a lot of time in the sub-varsity games.
Yeah.
So they can practice getting punts off, but not with a rush.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 with 7:50 left to play in the game in this 4th quarter. So James Clemens varsity finished with a 42-7 win in 3 quarters. So this 4th quarter is no score with the JV.
Yeah, I guess we didn't clear. Oh, they did clear the scoreboard.
Yeah. That way these guys can, take a victory or whatever, however you want to call it. All right, so Evers back in at quarterback, trying to see who he's gotten.
Reed Wilson's out on the side there.
So swing pass out to number 28. Oh, he's going to be hit out of bounds. But a nice reception picks up 4 yards on that reception from Evers.
And number 7, he's the one we couldn't figure out earlier. Ty Lyles is in at wide receiver as well. He came in during that 3rd quarter a little bit before we had the new roster.
So Pointer, number 12, looks like he's in the backfield with Evers. And that is the case. So you got 2 splits to the near side. Number 7, Lyles. Trying to see all the other ones. 28. Can't see the one on the far side. He's going to hand it off to number 12. Pointer still kind of fighting his way. Then gets 2 yards on that carry. Very hard run for 2 yards.
Well, you got a third down and about 5 right here. You see number 1, Dennis, coming back on the field to be running back. And it's interesting to see if they hand it to him and see if they can get it or let Evers throw again.
All right, so Wilson is going to be split closest to us, along with number 28, Negron. And you got Dennis in the backfield with Evers. Lyles.
Oh, he's got him
across the middle. There. Oh, my goodness. In and out of the hands of Dennis. He was wide open on that wheel route.
Yeah, there was nobody around. He was at least going to have the first down and only had one guy between him and the end zone and hit him in a bad spot, the hands.
right where you don't want to hit him?
Yeah.
So Coach McGee and the JV decide to stay on the field on this 4th down and about 6 to go. They need to get to the Buckhorn 30 for the first down. So Evers and Dennis in the backfield. 2 splits closest to us. That's Lyles and number 28, Negron. Here's the snap. Going to hand it off to Dennis. Dennis going to cut it up. Oh, and then he slips. Because he had a nice hole right there cutting up. I think he would have gotten the first down.
You know, if he could have done almost a little jump step and pushed off that outside leg. He tried to push with the inside foot, and typically when you do that cleats are going to come out from under you. He needed some outside foot pressure to push back that way, and he tried to push off the inside foot and ended up on the ground.
Didn't quite work out.
Doesn't usually.
Well,
physics don't work out that way.
Sometimes it doesn't. I'm not a physics major, but
too much weight on the wrong foot.
That'll do it. So Buckhorn in the shotgun formation, 1 running back behind the quarterback. They're going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to duck his head and go nowhere. Is brought down by number 54 for James Clemens. That
Aiden
is Cordonis. He's the one with the navy blue numbers, so I could see that one
Yeah,
easily.
It stands out, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
Thanks, Aiden.
He picked correctly when he went to grab his jersey.
Or when you're a young guy, the coach just says, here, wear this one.
Wear this one, yeah. Shotgun, hand off to the running back, and he's going to be brought in the backfield by number 5 for James Clemens. That is James Hollins.
Sophomore linebacker.
There we go. Freak Daddy,
we got it.
He doesn't know, even though he's the one that told us about the roster. Freak Daddy, Clay Coleman, the PA announcer here at Addison City School Stadium for James Clemens, not for every team that plays here, only James Clemens.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not the other school.
That's right. So 3rd and long, rollout pass. Quarterback's going to throw it underneath, falls incomplete behind the intended receiver, number 89. So it's going to bring up 4th and long, so it'll just be probably an uncontested punt with 5:17 left to play in this final quarter of action in the spring game.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the younger kids are in. It's not quite as crisp, and the ball's not moving up and down the field quite as well. But, you got to get these guys experience, right, and kind of find out who's going to fill what roles and who's closer to being ready to be a varsity guy and who's not.
So uncontested punt. That means no James Clemens players on the field. And it's going to bounce, take a James Clemens bounce. I think you spot it where it bounced first at the 49. I think he's going to let it sit there at the 46. So it'll be James Clemens 1st and 10 from their own 46.
The 54.
It's a 54-yard line.
At the 54-yard line.
I forgot we played Canadian rules. All right. Let's see what we're going to do this time, fellas. Matt Evers, your quarterback. He's the freshman. He's got trips to the far side, a running back in the backfield with him. We'll get, looks like a new running back. We'll get that number for you here in just a second. Evers takes a snap, hands it off to the running back. Trying to eat his way through there. Boy, he is. Number 6. So that is Lowry, Jonathan Lowry.
Oh, yeah, Jonathan, yeah. Had Jonathan in class.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, so Lowry picks up the first down on that run into Buckhorn territory. So it's 1st and 10, James Clemens from the Buckhorn 43.
I'm going to tell you, 78 Jackson Davis and 73 Mason Douglas on that right side.
I tell
are
you,
monsters.
man, they are monsters. You're right.
If they learn to move feet and use leverage, they're going to be dangerous at some point.
Well, they just double-teamed that defensive end.
Bless his heart.
As Lowry gets the ball again, it goes out of bounds, but not before he picks up 7 yards on that carry. So 2 big runs there by Lowry. So right here we got the offense doing some damage. This JV offense, 4 minutes left to play in this quarter.
You got Malachi Cooper there at left tackle. I'm trying to see who the other. They don't get much love on that offensive line. I'm trying to at least see who they are.
Trying to see who the tight end is or the up back is. So Evers with Lowry in the backfield. Now we got a timeout on the field. We'll reset the clock.
55 is that tight end position.
Is that who that is?
Alex Seguro.
Okay.
I didn't say that right. I promise you. Sorry, Alex.
That's all right.
Or sorry to your mom and dad.
55. He's the up back.
I can't tell if that's a Q. What is that?
So Lowry to the right of Evers. Going to hand it off to Lowry. Lowry's got a hole up the middle. Bounces it to the outside.
Nice
crosses for 30. He should go. No, he's going to cut back to the inside. Going to be finally brought down at the 10-yard line. Huge gain there. Lowry with 3 huge runs right there in this drive.
It's a really nice cutback by him to see some daylight to his right when the play was going left. And, man, he had a lot of space out there to the right. And, that cornerback or safety had an angle on him.
He did.
I thought he had him beat to the corner and was going to go the whole way, but had to cut back right there. Did a good job of keeping an angle the defender did.
So that right side guard and tackle, who we've been talking about, those 2 guys opened up a huge lane over there for Lowry to make that huge run to bring us in first down. So, bad snap. Going to hand it off to number 17. That's Dylan Laughlin. He's going to run it in for 12 yards as the JV gets on the board for James Clemens.
Boy, he was quick.
He was quick. I didn't even have time. Was Evers even in the game?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know.
I was searching for a number on it. We had a new running back. We had Jaden Delbridge at running back. I was trying to find his name, and then I looked up, and we were going to the end zone.
So we've got, that looks like number 17, Laughlin, in at quarterback. So he must have been in at quarterback on that snap.
He is. He's one of the other backup quarterbacks.
So now you got 2 running backs in the backfield. Another bad snap. They're just going to fall on it. So the 2-point conversion is no good with 3:04 left to play in this quarter. James Clemens 6, Buckhorn JV nothing. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All 3 locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence.
So uncontested kickoff here for James Clemens, as that's a new kicker out there for him. Is it number 88?
Nope. It's a 3.6 or 3.8 maybe.
88. I'm telling you, man, my eye's better than
you are better than me.
Colton Culligan.
Hey, Culligan man.
Culligan. So now we'll see the defense again for James Clemens.
Like Culligan water?
Yeah.
Hey, Culligan man.
So you I do. I remember that. So we got some new people on the defensive line for James Clemens.
We got new people everywhere.
Yep. So quarterback takes the snap. Going to hand it off. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe picked up 2 yards.
What you got on that, 38 or 39? Don't worry. Neither one of those guys is on the roster.
So number 38, whoever that is, made the tackle for James Clemens. He's playing middle linebacker. So you've got, you've got a lot of new numbers out there on the defensive side. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to play in this final quarter of action. James
Chase
Clemens.
Goodwin.
Yeah. I'm not sure
That was just a mass of
people.
It
really was. I mean, they didn't get the first down. Picked up 2 yards on the play. So now you got more defensive substitutions. Not sure who made that tackle, but for James Clemens. But
now, there's your one blue helmet on the field.
Yep. All right, so you got.
Yeah, I'm going to have to have a talk with Coach McGee.
3rd and 6.
I don't know about these light blue numbers on white.
Left-handed quarterback underthrows his receiver. The receiver was well covered by the defensive back. Looked like number 29, I think. Is that 29? Or 28? Yeah, you need to have a talk with him.
You like he cares what I think about them.
I don't think he cares. I love the jet blue, but I will tell you, people, seeing it on the
it's tough
numbers,
on white.
It is tough on white. All right, shotgun formation. One split to the far side, trips to the near side for Buckhorn. 4th down. They're going for it. He's got to get rid of it. He's going to be sacked. Fumble.
Oh.
James Clemens going to fall on it. It's going to be a battle, and it's going to be a scrum.
I'm going to tell you what. I don't know who that kid is on our side.
He chased him down.
But it was no fear.
I mean, he
went in 55.
He did. Jumping on that ball. But he did recover. So Buckhorn did get the ball, but to no avail. I mean, it's going to be James Clemens' ball right there because that was
like
4th
the quarterback's down with a shoulder maybe when he got hit the ground funny maybe.
I think you're right. So 1:42 left to play in this ball game. James Clemens, JV, with a 6-0 lead. So just keep in mind, you can now hear us on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports and hear our coverage of James Clemens football in crystal clear quality.
Crystal clear.
All year long. And listen, you can also download a copy of this game. Did you know that?
Can you really?
You can download a copy. Yes, you can download a copy of this game, or you can listen to it on demand by going to pasnetwork.net. There's a streaming schedule of all of our upcoming games and our links and mobile apps too. And you can go and download any of the baseball and softball games we did this past spring.
We got drama in the 7A state baseball championship. Central Phoenix City was up 4-0, and I believe it is 4-2. Well, this is a little behind. I just got a text saying it was 4-3 on a drop pop-up.
Huh.
So I think we're about to get a drop pop-up on our broadcast. I just pulled up.
There you go. So we're going to see Evers still in at quarterback.
Should I call him the bet that it's going to happen?
You can. That's not Evers. That is not
Probably
Evers.
shouldn't. It didn't go well for the coach at Alabama.
No, don't do that. Let's see who this quarterback is.
That may be either Wyatt Willis, maybe?
It is Jones.
Oh, Hayes Jones.
Hayes Jones, number 13. Yeah, so Jones is a quarterback. He's got handed off to the running back. Almost had a number, but he got wrapped up before I get
number 4. That may be the one I was trying to figure out a while ago.
It is number 4, yeah. So Delbridge, the running back, so he picks up 5 yards on that carry as we're under a minute and a half left to play in this quarter. So 4-3 your score. Central
Phoenix is up now 4-3.
Of Vestavia Hills. So almost to a minute left to play in the game. Bad snap as Jones just falls on it. So loss on the play brings up 3rd down. We're now under a minute left to play in this JV quarter of action. Varsity already completed their game. Played 3 quarters, won 42-7. So we're rolling it down to about 45 seconds. Play clock is under 20. So Jones,
maybe the
quarterback.
last play right here.
Yeah, I think so.
Going to let Hayes throw it to nobody.
And he overthrows his intended receivers. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Let's stop the clock, too, didn't it?
30 seconds, yeah. So
Hayes just decided he wanted one more play.
Right, give me one more, Coach. One more, Coach. Coach might just run it. Of course, you're going to turn it over on downs if you don't get the first down.
The clock will stop again.
Yeah, I mean, so.
Sounds like we're going to get 2 plays no matter what.
I like it.
Well, unless you get a first.
So here we go. 30 seconds left to play in the game. This JV matchup between James Clemens and Buckhorn. And we're going to get crosses the 20. Tackled.
Turnover on downs with 24 seconds.
So Tony picks up the yardage, still short of a first down, though. So 15 seconds on the clock, as that should do it. That should be the final game, as they're just going to let this clock run out instead of stopping it and getting Buckhorn to come out here and take a knee. So James Clemens varsity wins 42-7 in 3 quarters. James Clemens JV finishes the game off with a 6-0 win.
2 W's in one night. That's pretty good.
Hey, I like that. So we're 2-0 going into the summer.
Yeah, is that the way we get to do that? Is that the way we get to do that?
I think that's how you call it, 2-0. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll just have some final thoughts and wrap up this broadcast. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special, and that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750, go by their office at 508 South Jefferson Street, or look for the link online at athensal.us. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Limestone County High School sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All 3 locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence. Join us for Applebee's Tailgate Talk every Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC. We'll talk to coaches and sports figures of local interest and get their thoughts on whatever comes down the pike. We'll also announce our latest Athlete of the Week and give away an Applebee's gift card and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt. Applebee's Tailgate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 on your PAS Plus app, on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device, online at tailgatetalk.net, and on the air at 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. Kirk Pierce, Coach Johnny Johnson, Tim Lambert, our producer. Final score through 3 quarters. The varsity played 42-7, won that one. JV came in the final quarter, won that one 6-0. Coach Johnson, just from the get-go, we had a we opened up with a nice stop on the offense because Buckhorn took over or won the opening toss. And we got to see our defense, and our defense really held them. And then, Doty takes a punt all the way to the house. That gets called back on a penalty. But that just was kind of a preview for things to come through 3 quarters.
Yeah, the way the night was going to go, right?
Yeah, I mean, just the way it looked.
Yeah, it was really encouraging. You want to come into this game. We talked about that earlier about, you want to see some positives. You want to feel good about your team leaving this game, and you want to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And so we didn't see any big injuries on our side. You don't know who got nicked up or whatever, but, we didn't cart anybody off the field
or
anything. Buckhorn had a couple of those. And so, you think you leave this thing healthy, positive on what we did defensively, positive what we did offensively with the new offense, and I'm sure that offense is going to continue to get better as they get familiar with the new offensive coordinator and the new system. But should go home and into the summer workouts with a lot of excitement and optimism for the fall.
Well, the thing that I saw that I've kind of locked into, I was really curious. We did see, we mentioned this in the broadcast early on about Ty Marsh, and We saw him last year, came in for Gio in relief and also had to start when Gio was injured. But what was he going to look like once he's had a full spring under his belt of being the quarterback, being the starter? And I got to tell you, his poise, reads, the way he was doing some of those drop passes, those were third, fourth reads, and just looked really calm and composed in that backfield.
No doubt. And I think, again, it's going to be better come fall because he really didn't have all spring because he was on a baseball field.
Oh, that's right.
So he's only been out there for a couple weeks, where a lot of these other guys have been getting reps and their skill work and all those things all semester long. And so he's got about two weeks of work in a new offense. And but the one thing about that young man is he's a worker.
Yeah.
He's the son of two coaches.
Yeah.
He's going to study it. He's going to be on top of it. He's going to know that offense, and by the time the fall rolls around especially, and, there's no doubt he's going to be better prepared for seeing some of that live action last year this fall than he would have been if he didn't.
And you saw the receivers, the guys he's got catching the ball. That's some confidence knowing that you got veterans out there in Little. Little was one of them. He had 2 receptions tonight.
That's right.
But with Eggert, and you got Cooper, and then you got Doty, and then, of course, you've got Williams in the backfield. You've got Barry in the backfield. So he has a lot of experience in your skill positions, not even just – that doesn't even include the tight ends that we saw rotating in and out.
That's right.
So offensively, in that line, you mentioned it earlier, they've beefed up. They look bigger, and they're definitely more confident and more experienced.
Well, and that's the big thing that we didn't get last year was that offensive line was forced to play as babies.
Yeah.
Because of injuries and because of being just thin in general, they were forced to play. And even though the offensive scheme has probably changed for them, the fact that they got all that experience and have a year under their belt of getting stronger and in that weight room, and boy, they look more physical, much more physical than they did a year ago. And so that gives you some hope for Ty that he's not going to get beat up and the running backs are going to have holes to run in. And, that was really what kept us from having a successful year last year. Gio ran for his life.
Yeah, he did.
And when Ty was in there, he ran for his life or had to get rid of it so quick there was no threat to go deep. And so hopefully we can utilize those skill guys that we've got because we've got some more time to do it.
And on defensive side, one of the things that I'm sure kept Coach McGee and the defensive coordinators up was always those quarterbacks, those athletic quarterbacks that we faced last year. And tonight, Buckhorn, I guess we didn't see a whole lot. We did see him break out a couple of runs, but
Roop's
defensively,
not that guy.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Roop is not that guy.
But defensively, when you look at the defensive line, we talked about him. Jennings, I mean, come on. And you got Woods in the secondary. I mean, that's a strong.
Jennings is a senior who is more experienced. You got Brown that has not played a lot of football and is now getting more experience. Those guys should be able to seal off that outside and cause havoc. Which hopefully contains those quarterbacks we saw last year that gave us problems. And you also hope that, with the linebacker situation, that we can read and do a better job athletically there. I think we're more athletic and older this year, so that should be good.
Well, definitely a positive thing to finish out spring practice with this spring game victory over Buckhorn, 42-7 for the varsity in 3 quarters, and the JV comes out and squeaks out a 6-0 win in 1 quarter as James Clemens takes 2 victories tonight against the Buckhorn Bucks. Well, I think that's going to wrap us up, Coach Johnson. What do you think?
I think we've started on a positive note.
I think so,
I mean, we survived without Bradley Kimbrough. We did a pretty good job on our own.
I think so.
And we got the Jets a victory.
I
thought for a while, last year was our first year on the broadcast, and it took us a long time to get that win. I thought maybe we'd get fired, but here we go.
I love it. Now we got 3 months to rest our voices.
Yeah.
So let's do that and come back in August and kick this thing off right. So we're going to wrap it up here from Madison City School Stadium. I'm Kirk Pierce for Coach Johnny Johnson and our producer, Mr. Tim Lambert. Thanks for joining in. We'll talk to you in a couple of months. You've been listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
You've been listening to James Clemens High School Football. If you'd like to download a copy of tonight's game, log on to pasnetwork.net. James Clemens High School football is a production of Play Action Sports.